ride it the Southern band. Charges on the beat.
Told the spoon to get your information. Told the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon, spoon, spoon television. Spoon, spoon, spoon radio station.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon, you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening in Monrovia, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what happening in the ministry, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You from Vonjema, Maryland, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. If you eat kepan, congratulate my brother, to spoon. You got a spoon TV, you got a spoon radio, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You wanna get a news update, to spoon. What? Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. What I want? Yes, what you about today?
Spoon TV. Spoon.
Yes, what you about today?
That we don't want cancer system. So some of those measures have been put in place for them to do so. I'm just saying that by September, that is when we'll know actually what the biology family and not biology report.
But don't you think it's advisable that you begin to elect them now that as
They've been elected.
Now let me go to work. You see their plans.
Yeah, you see their plans, what they are doing?
Well, we've informed them. They have the period and the preconditions, all the things they're supposed to do within that period, they know that. So by the end of July, we'll just check with them to make sure they know that they are not, I mean, this is a possession government that should know what they should do. We can visit them, but we have that arrangement with them.
Maybe you just give your office, and Western Club by September. Maybe if what you want them to do is not done, you go and close them before the next day. The same agreement, you say, oh, but we have an agreement with them, we compare you again to allow them to continue to lead you sit out. You need to elect them, engage them constructively, and hold them accountable that they need to do what is not because that transitional plan is in the agreement that at so time you should begin to do this. You should begin to do this. So if they are not doing it, they need to be equally.
But that's what we're doing. So now by September, if they are not done the things that they agreed to do, then we go ahead and get that means they are not being truthful to themselves. And then we'll take the decision required to suspend the permit and insist that they deliver on those things before we open or lift the suspension. That's what we do. But at least when we suspended it for 1 month, within that 1 month, there were prevent on certain things that
So why when you suspended the usage, why decided to leave it?
Okay, so there were three conditions that I spoke about on all the things that they agreed to do. I went over that earlier on, maybe it was not a year. But there were preconditions, there were new conditions that we said that they should do. Like you talked about the trucks now, the way the trucks are moving.
Okay, but
the way station.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So this before you're confirmed, when you got confirmed. So, someone in February.
Yes,
So before your confirmation, on January 30th, I had a meeting with you. There were two things we discussed in that meeting. The first thing I discussed with you was Western Cluster. And I appealed to you that if you were to get confirmed by the Senate, that you should please look carefully into the Western Cluster rule. I forwarded letters to you that I've sent the former Minister of Public Works on numerous occasions complaining Western Cluster and trying to get them to live up to the rule agreement. Two conversations we had, two topics I introduced. One was on your behavior, that you are a difficult person to work with, which should be denied. The second thing was on Western Cluster. And you asked me to forward those complications to you, which I did on January 30th. I forwarded all those. That was before you got appointed, before you got confirmed by the Senate. I told you Western Cluster can lie. When we bought Western Cluster here, everybody thought people got money from Western Cluster. Yeah, I hope the asset declaration, asset recovery, LCD, all the employees check. They begin by the one cent. But one of the reasons why the government waived certain things was because of the lies they told. They think 2.4 billion they told Joseph Rahai, they told John Ware the same thing. They can invest 2.4 billion. So that one that goes slow. I think to you, look into Western Cluster, they can lie. Western Cluster did pay 4.5 million. Then you go to NWC, whatever that company is called that you're talking about, the 4 million, the 3 million came from that money. And they have not done work on that road to commensurate with the amount they received. That's why we wrote a formal complaint to the Senate and the committee will be looking at this. The 1.5 they gave to West Africa, SSF in West Africa, to do the whole river to Tottenham Park, which they did. And with the first rain season, that road was finished. My concern, Mr. Minister, is that, and I said to you before, and I said to you in the chairman's office, I don't believe that you are prepared to work with this committee on that president. I still corrected, and the chairman was saying, he said, oh, no, don't say that. Why don't you prepare? Because even the Senator Party Kwase or Senator Taylor, they wrote you letters, and you are taking action. The least you do, Minister, is to confer with them. Before you got conferred, you came to me to give me reason to convince me to vote for you. Only two requests I made to you. Western Cluster, we allowed them to do 50 trucks on that road, 2 trips a night, 2 to be 100 trips. They're violating it every day. I'm rating the minister, I send you all the communications I've written to complain them, to stop them. You show me to do it. Even if I have in front of Western Cluster, here's what is happening. Out of courtesy, I'm the co-chair of the committee, and then you will come to me and say, Lord, before you came to me for my vote to be minister, now the only condition is you never been back. How do you think now you know my offering is good? You never been back. Chief, everyone can be in the same party. There will be a monarchy. This is a democratic government within. I'm going to be in your party, I will not be in your party. But the law provides that you work with me. So you gotta adjust. Mr. Minister, we give Western Cluster 50 trucks a night, 2 trips, and we're crying. Yes, Tyler. I go in Broadway every day, every night when I drove on that as I pass through that corridor, I'm scared because the way the trucks are moving, and I kept living with the regret. Today, you've taken that load from my head. I was scared that with 50 trucks only happened the wrong day because it was snow. Now enough, they then 250.
So you're not here. Sorry. It's right. So that 280.
Just only one job.
Is there a What is that?
That's not true.
They
The
don't-
records are there, that's not true. They never have, that's not true.
What is that?
That's not true.
Is it that much less?
It's not true. I challenge the minister any day, it's not true.
Okay,
It's not true. I can challenge it any day.
what that's
50 trucks, they have that road 2 a day. Even they put out the wire trucks and only two, they were 50 trucks on that road. You've given them now 250 roads a night. 250. Chief, it's not possible. It's not possible to take 250 truck loads on that road. You know, in the disconnect in this government is what matters. On Sunday, I was privileged to be in the leadership meeting with the president. And the same 4.5 million you're talking about, you mentioned that I wrote that letter. That wasn't going to get the previous government 4.5 million. They didn't need that money. 1.5 went straight to Tottenham. 3 million went to the government consolidated account that the government thing they gave to Mr. Ibochi's company to fix the Busher Island because that was a check for that money. Then the president went forward to say, how can we allow West because of the truck on that road, they destroy the road, and what if the breaches, something happened to one of those breaches? Then he said, thank God, when the old bridge broke, that the Johnson Street bridge was available. Yes. But what if one of those bridges on the Bombay Road collapsed? What would happen? And the minister of public works is telling them, do 250 truck go at night. You see, we fight so much to make the previous government look bad that we're just dishonest about everything. Mr. Minister, I've been involved in this matter. My grandchildren that are not born yet, they're being insulted because of Western culture in school. So I know for a fact that even the road permit, the regular road permit, it gives you the right to take action when they found anything. And they said, the teacher said, Western culture, I'm not on the day.
where
They won the day,
We'll check.
and they will come and they will
we'll
tell
check
out to
that.
you.
We'll check that.
The issue of the road bridge,
We'll check that.
in the agreement we were discussing them on the road permit, the issue of the way bridge came up, that they will have 2, one on the mine and one around or clay checkpoint. They promised to do that, they have not done it to be. We told them, I said, no, they won't do it. They will lie to you.
Okay, Senator. We will
They will lie to
we
you.
will see Pastor Tema.
So the issue of Western cluster, look, what this government, I really thought the way up can be, and what the Western cluster, to tell them on informing, that someone take all the clothes Western cluster, I will pray for it. You guys are actually taking that over my head. Because it's not working. It's not working. Mr. Edward now gave 250 truckloads a night. And they gave 450,000. Even they gave 450,000 in 1 month. I said there for one of the trucks. Like that. It's not possible, Minister. It's not possible. Time is fast spent, and with the Western body, it's a whole day of the prophet about this. I want to say to you, they are very dishonest. They are very dishonest. They will tell you that they will build you a rose garden in the sky. My brother, you will not be there. You will lie to you. There is no way we're going to be boasting that they gave 450,000 to haul 250 truckloads like on that. And I can tell you in closing, there was never a time that Western Culture would allow 280 trucks on that road or 50 trucks. There was, even when they started doing a 2-truck load, let me say the picture. Because they started a 2-truck load, let me send a letter to you that I complained to the Minister of Public Works that they should not be allowed to do 2-truck load. Because what they do, the drivers are given the right to do 2-truck load until they get incentive for the second load. So the speed on the first load is so high, they're running to be able to make the second break. And they were making accidents every night on that road. Serious accidents every night on that road. And I said, tell us what they're doing now. They fall all the way to 6 o'clock in the morning. Then, when they get there, then all the empty trucks in the day, they're running back now because for them, their Grievance say, only when owning the truck. So when no owning it, then that's the wrong way. Then they take all the trucks back in the day, jam the traffic, or threat to life and property, and it's just sad. So, Mr. Minister, I'm appealing to you. Western Culture can lie. They won't do that role. They won't, and they should stop telling you other people use the role so they, and for you, a government minister to tell me that
Liberians are dying, no money in the hospitals. We use it 75,000 to procure ID card. No one can talk about it. The press, more will be talking. That one not important to think about it. But I think it's important.
How much you think will be?
They're not alleged. They're the chairman asking
How much you think?
Just go to United Validate, come back. Yeah.
Should be used? How much you think should be used?
75,000 was placed for the purchasing on the land, budget land, for ID card and electronic land for the chamber. But surprisingly, they're saying to the chairperson is saying to us that he used the 75,000 to process ID card. So you know about ID card in Liberia.
One might be listening and then they don't know the chairperson. So
but why you want to say one might be saying you are pursuing our election? The chairperson person might go to the meeting and say yes. Or the chairman go to the come and say yes.
Thank you so much.
Go to the now come and say yes.
And also,
I will follow you. I go.
the chairman become made mention
of how you want to validate my argument or you want to elect. Go validate the argument from the man.
and he also made some
Hello? Please go and validate from the chairman.
Allegedly, we have hearing that 75,000 was proposed in this retreat for just ID card of staff of the legislature. How true is that information?
Please repeat yourself because I don't know.
We all heard Honorable James Papa Kole is stating that 75,000 United States dollar was being budgeted to be used.
Spoon TV, Spoon
Okay, Spoon FM, Spoon TV, Spoon Entertainment, Spoon Radio. This is the Spoon Network, and this is the Late Night Show, the Late Night Politics on Spoon. I'd like to say thanks to all of you for joining us. Welcome to another edition of the program. This is where we get to talk about Liberia. We bring you updates on the happenings across the country. And with our diverse panel, we bring you critical analysis on those issues here every single day. I'd like to say welcome again. Thanks for joining us here tonight. My name is Nelson Colette, and the Late Night Show is back on your radio. I appreciate all of you who have joined us across the internet. Thanks to the folks on YouTube, Spoon Talk Live on Facebook, and of course, other mediums. Thanks for joining us tonight. So it's going to be a great conversation, a lot to talk about. And I want to say thank you. I want to say thanks to all of you. And let me just go quickly to the comment section and recognize a few of you as we get set to start the show. I see Golden Charles Group. That's our own brother, Nat BK Sasa. Yeah, thanks for being here tonight. And of course, okay, so folks, let's bring you just a batch of this, and we'll be right back. Stay with us. Don't go. Wow. Okay, so let me take this quick break and I'll be right back. Stay with us.
At the conclusion of this press briefing, we are going to be publishing the assets of His Excellency Joseph Imam Boakai. So the publication will be done at the conclusion of this, and I can let you know now that the President has given us the authorization on today, Friday, June 21st, at this time, to inform the Liberian people his interest of publication is stemmed from what he stood for from day one on the line of integrity and in showing that corruption is stemmed, and he will let the Liberian people know what he has. And obviously his interest is not to acquire anything out of the ordinary. He will be the legacy president that he will be. And his interest is to make sure that Liberia becomes a better place. So thank you again.
What is the case of staffers, sharing salaries? It's one of the the revelation of
Chief. When there's a political office, there's not Spoon TV, there's not my private business. There's a political office. When before we came here, we had thousands of people that supported us. So if you can't care for your friends, or you can't care for people, well, that's it. But I mean, it happens. It happens everywhere. But you can't stand and say that Prince took money from Fernando Stafford.
Okay, so folks, thanks again for joining us. We're here live on the late night show, the late night politics and spoon. Sorry if we for that breaking. We have to do a very quick adjustment here. But thanks to all of you for joining us tonight. Is a great thing to be here every single time. I want to say thanks to all of you. I see Gabriel Gabriel and Louise is here tonight. Thanks for joining us from Bapolu County, Bopolu City. That's where you're joining from tonight. Thanks for joining us. I see Hipko Kasi is here. He says, good evening to the entire team. Thanks for joining us, Hipko Kasi, Lofty Bondo. Thanks for being here tonight. We appreciate you, our dear sister. Madam Marcia Snelling, thanks for being here. We appreciate you tonight. And I see a lot of folks here. Jerry Getawe, William B. Morris, Fode Kamara, DJ Do is here tonight joining the show. I see Thomas Godfrey and, of course, Alexander Nimley. All of you tonight joining us. Thank you, Gabriel Buema. I see Golden Trust Group, our own brother, Nad BK Sasa. I see Mary Dolo is here joining us from Minnesota tonight. Thanks for being here. Ayuba Kaba, yes, Kessely Jones, Eric Miguel, thanks for being here. Nathaniel K. Hill, Kessely Jones is here tonight. Victor Morgan, Konyan Lofa. Konya has changed his name again for the 4th time in this month. But I appreciate all of you. Thanks for joining us tonight on another edition of the program. This is the late night show, the late night politics on Spoon. Thanks to all of our folks across the world who join us here every night to talk about Liberia. As we sit on this side of the screen, you on the other side making your input, making your contribution in the comment section, calling in and weighing in your thoughts on the different issues. I say thank you for being here tonight. Let me move quickly to some of our updates here. What are some of the issues? What are some of the issues to bring you up to speed with? What are the updates? Let's get them here for you tonight as we get the show going on for you. And again, I want to say thanks to everybody for joining us tonight. So lots of things happening in the country. You have the aggrieved workers, according to report of the Salala Rubber Corporation. The Salala Rubber Corporation. They set ablaze the company's manager's house. They burned the house. They burned his car and looted several materials in demand of their 5-month salaries. And this is just one of the happenings. And so according to this report, the workers of the entity have been on the go-slow action for about 7 days, and they've been demanding their just benefits, while at the same time accusing the entity of bad labor practice there at the Salala Rubber Corporation. And so the aggrieved workers argued that they have not received salaries for over 5 months. And so they've been engaging the management to ensure that their concerns are addressed. And so Then they got involved with a protest action. And in the process of protesting for their salaries, the workers at Salala Rubber Corporation set a house ablaze belonging to the head of the entity, the manager. They burned his car and they looted several belongings from his home. This is big, and this is happening there in Bon County. But on the flip side, the government of Liberia, this government is boasting, as we speak, of 285 earth moving equipment, the arrival. And so the information minister, Jeremy Pia, said significant number of the machines are already in the country. So this means that the information that circulated that got a lot of people concerned. A lot of people doubted it. Some said it was true, some said it wasn't true, and there were a series of debates regarding this entire yellow machine thing. The government has finally spoken to the issue. This time around, the entity clothed with the responsibility to release official information from the government of Liberia or on behalf of the government of Liberia, the Ministry of Information. The head of the entity, Minister Jeremy Pia, has confirmed that the information is true. In fact, there is a significant number of the machines that has arrived in the country. So a lot of you are aware that this thing first hit the public following the cabinet retreat, and there was a presentation done, and in no time the entire country got so concerned. So according to the minister, the machines are for the construction of roads across the country. With the arrival of the yellow machines, the earth moving equipment across Liberia, roads will be constructed. When President Barkai spoke of the 100 days deliverables, in the first 100 days, no car, not a single car will get stuck in the mud. Liberians will have the opportunity to commute. Every single corridor of our country will be connected. Farm to market roads will be opened, and Liberians who depend on agriculture as means of generating their livelihood will have access to road, farm to market road, where their produce can be taken or transported from the farm to the market to better their lives. And so, yes, this is becoming a reality. And the information minister has confirmed that. Initially, when this information was released to the public, the disclosure was that 19 of those machines, each of the 15 counties will be receiving 19 yellow machines or earth moving equipment to help construct, maintain the different corridors across the country. So this is where we are. It's a good news, and it's something to talk about. So we are here tonight, and I want to say welcome to everyone. Thanks for joining us. CDC is having the What's the name of the program? George Widow, how they call your program? Josh, how your program? How they call your program? Transforming setbacks into a comeback. Beginning tomorrow. Transforming setback into a comeback. Beginning tomorrow. And so CDC is gearing up far ahead of 2029. As a lone soldier, a lot of you already know that following the expiration of the coalition document that brought the four parties together, how do you call them? PUP, and you have the LPDP and that of the NPP. A lot of P's coming together to join with the CDC. There was a coalition instead of a Congress for democratic change. So the documents, those agreements have expired, and those different political parties have exited the coalition. So where we are right now is that CDC is the actual Congress that it started with, Congress for Democratic Change. Those political parties, the NPP, that had a very serious in-house internal fight, heavily divided on some policies issues as to which direction the party goes. When Senator James Banney and his crew were, on the other hand, trying to take hold of the party, and former Vice President Joe Howard Taylor and her own group were on the other hand. So this is where we are. As to whether the NPP is going to go back to be a constituent member of the CDC, that's the crossroad at which everyone is now posted. As to whether the in-house, the internal wrangling has been settled, that's another conversation. But this is where we are. Setback, transforming setback into a comeback. Yeah, Josh, that your program needed. But a lot happening in the country. Let me bring the rest of the team on. Let's start the show. Let's have a great conversation tonight. I want to welcome everyone. Please, we ask you to kindly share the program as you come on tonight. Please share the show. Please share it on your Facebook, in your messenger chat. Go to YouTube, give the program a thumbs up, and let's have a great conversation tonight. Rudolph, welcome to the show, man. It's good to have you on tonight.
Man, you can just bring me on a way like that, Baba. I am good, Nelson. It's good having.
Look, once you hit the background, be in the know that you can come on anytime, because only me can see you, but the people not seeing you, right? So that, for example, the other day, one of our brothers joined us and he was eating. Before he knew it, I brought him on. The boom left in the man mouth and he came on the show. Immediately, I told him that you will be fined for violating the rules on the show with that big chicken bone in your hand, and you came on the show like that. But Francis, welcome to the show. The person I'm talking about is no other but our own brother Francis. The man who came on the show.
My man make it loud.
I mean, he came on the show with chicken boom. I get it clip. I caught the clip already.
So I can play. I info ya. Show my own clip. Show the clip, boy. Yeah. Good morning.
I mean, that Sylvester Josie say you get my CDC ID card during the campaign. He say I'm a CDC. You get my CDC ID card. If I say anything, you will bring the ID card. I went somewhere. I met with some visually impaired guys. They always follow the show. I must say thumbs up to them. And then one conversation to another. No other things that people brought up but that CDC ID card thing. You know? And say, we know you get a CDC ID card already. But let me bring our brother on. Charles, welcome to the show, man. It's good to have you on tonight.
Yeah, welcome, guys. How you guys doing?
No, we welcome you. You came and met us.
I have to welcome everybody too.
Oh, okay. You welcoming the people in the live feed, right?
Including you.
Yeah, man, it's a good thing to be here tonight, and let's hope we can have a great show. But let's keep start the conversation tonight. I think we can take our first 1 minute to do our opening, beginning with you, Rudolph, and then we can go to Francis. And
Yes,
but I
guys.
think this place is Francis. This part is gradually becoming that space for Francis now. I don't know how Rudolph just jumped in there.
Look at promotion, man. Look at promotion with no race. With no race.
No race.
Yeah, but go ahead, Rudolph. Let's hear your opening.
Yeah, it's good to be here again tonight. Whenever we can find the time, we do it to come on here and speak to our people. This is something that we enjoy doing, and yeah. But Nelson. So it's just quite coincidental that I think it was just 2 or 3 days ago. I was just looking at my school ID card when I was in the K1, and I was just laughing, right? And it happens to be that is this so because that was when I was in the SRC, the place that you just talk about here that in fact workers set the place on fire and stuff like that. So that was a home for me. I mean, my dad worked there when I was a little boy. That was where I started schooling. I was there from ABC up to K2 before we moved out. So yes, I mean, when I heard that news, I mean, I was sad because that was somewhere I called home once, and I mean, I am hoping that the government can get into action and carry on some real serious serious investigation, and I mean find a means to handle this conflict. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rudolph. Francis, you want to go? Let me bring Vasco on.
Yeah.
Vasco, it's good to have you on tonight. You've been having cold. Hope your voice is okay. That setback, I think you're coming back from the setback. So, pleasant to see after after the anyway. Let's go ahead. Francis, go ahead.
Yeah,
Let's
good
hear.
morning to our folks, man. Good morning to our viewers, everybody that follow us continuously. I'm sitting here, I'm excited, because we are on the way, to hitting our goal of 1,000 smoke alarm, even though we are still far away. As we speak right now, the latest update is 194, but we should go over that by maybe tomorrow. We should be hitting maybe a little over 200 by tomorrow. So thanks to each and every one of you that are supporting, and we are asking you to please continue to encourage other people that we can reach to support this endeavor. It's for our country. This whatever we can do in our own weak way, let's continue to do it. So each and every one of you, I appreciate you guys for supporting this cause. But let's talk Liberia. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So Charles, let's hear your opinion.
Again, let me say welcome to everybody that is following us through Radio Land and on the last few right now. We want to say welcome. We pray and hope that we'll have a very wonderful conversation tonight. I'm just a bit dying because I lost a father. I lost someone who I look up to for pieces of advice. The late Samuel Bolon. We lost him this morning. Yeah, this morning. And I just want to say to the bereaved family, patients, Bolon, Clark, Madeline, and the rest of the other family, Jamel. I just want to say you guys stay hard. The loss is for every one of us. It's not easy, but God knows why. And again, to our people, want to say we are here again today to discuss Liberia, and we just want to be calm and professional and discuss Liberia from an honest perspective, not just taking side because you feel Unity Party, or you from CDC, or you from ANC, take side. Let us speak Liberia instead of speaking party. So again, I want to say thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Well, thank you, and our condolences to you and the entire family over the loss. And we're praying that you can keep strong, because it's usually a tough one, going through a time like this. But we can we can only pray that you guys will keep strong, in the midst of such a terrible situation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, Vasco, you want to do your opening?
Yeah. Let me say hi to
We have missed
everybody.
you, my man. We miss you.
Yeah. Down cool, man. Let me say hi to everybody. And
The men are praying for you to be down with cold. The man were in the chat room. He said you can talk Tapata on the show, so he want for you to be down with cold. And he say he miss you.
to those that are listening to us by the means of radio and the social media, I want to say welcome. And we are here to discuss our country. And I also want to say to seditious, tomorrow, I know it looks strange to other people. Tomorrow is just another meditant day. Even when we were in power, we usually observe that this June month, because we know what happened to CDC during this going election. So we waited for this appropriate time to reawaken our base. And I can see people jittering all over the place because they heard that CDC is just coming out to put the policy together. This is not a very big event. We just try to re-energize the base. Because for what we're seeing now is like these guys that are in power, they are campaigning for the CDC comeback. So we don't have to waste any time. No time. We just have to get on our feet and start to engage our people. And this is what we're gonna start tomorrow. It's a 3-day event. Come out. Don't listen to anybody telling you that they will rain. Come out. I like beer that weather something that America can work. So that's it. Thank you
Oh,
so much. And
I'm trying to say weather forecast can work in Liberia.
bro.
Same way.
No, I'm out to the place I monitor.
Mm.
Yeah, I remember I can be looking at Liberia something. I asked my picking my man raining because they're not raining. I said, okay, so they think that only America can work.
That's interesting. But yeah, thanks to everyone for being here tonight. And it's a good thing that we can talk about our country and we can talk about Liberia. This country, we have a very uh dark experience, especially when it comes to how we sometimes express our grievances, how we try to call the attention of the relevant authorities to issues that we have, um, and all of that. And then it appears that we, to some extent, keep repeating the very mistakes. Talking about the way we address our issues, the way we try to channel our grievances, and all of that. But then again, maybe there's a problem as well with the way those in authority get to handle issues, especially so when it has to do with people they control. You know the rest of the story with the rice riot. You know, president thinks that okay, we'll increase the rice price so that our people can go back to the soil, and then the other people on the other hand think, oh, the man relative associated with it think so they want profiteer. Okay, they want to express themselves. Long story short, it turned into a bloody situation. One situation after another, we found ourselves through so many years of civil unrest. We're back. It's been 20 years plus. But have we really learned the lessons? Liberians, we as a people. and not just the ordinary people, not just the citizens or the victims of the injustice and everything that goes on in society, but even the people in authority. Have we learned our lessons? Do we sometimes take up time to go back to those things that happened yesterday to pick up pieces from there and see how we can improve the way we address issues? Well, just the other day was in Kinjaw. People were protesting over bad labor practices, incentives, and all of that. The MDA, the need for government to intervene. Long story short, so many people lost their lives. It turned out chaotic. It seemed like yesterday when that situation happened. And then today, we're talking about another one. Now, this is happening in a country where we all know that the country is heavily dependent on foreign aid. We cry every day for investment. But this is it. The situation in the Salala area today. Let's weigh in on it a bit, and then we can move to other issues tonight. The folks have been protesting. They haven't received paid for over 5 months. They wake up every day, they go to tap rubber, they go to work. But those people have been working, according to the report, 5 months. They're yet to be paid. They decided to go slow for some days now, they've been on that. And today, it escalated to a point where they had to set the home of the manager of the company ablaze. Not just that, they set his car ablaze and looted several items from the home of the manager of this company. But when these things are happening, where do we look? And maybe we want to ask the critical questions. The people in the authority, are they really doing what it takes to calm these situations down? Getting to that point where there will be properties damaged, people vandalizing another person's property, could there have been a better way of handling these issues? I mean, let's talk about this. Let's start with you, Rudolph, and then we can go around the table.
Nelson, there are always better ways than violence, always in any situation. But then the thing is, these people, I mean, they have the same blood running through the veins as their bosses. These people equally have mouths depending on them to be fed, like they are bosses. So when you subject a man to that kind of hard labor, because I mean tapping is not a joke. Like I said, my dad worked on that plantation. I mean, he was not tapping; he was on overseer, so he was literally in higher authority. But I can still, I mean, I can still remember doing payday because my dad he would be like paying the whole like stuff. They would come to our house, and those days, I mean, like to be honest, when I sit down today and think about the happy moments of my life, I mean, I think some of my happiest moments were lived on that plantation. Because I mean, every paid day was like Christmas Day. You will see music playing everywhere. People, because Nelson, let me tell you this, right? Those people, most of them live on credit. My mom she had a big business there by then, and I know that those guys will come and credit from her credit and credit. So when they credit, then they are looking at payday to be able to pay that debt and put a smile on the faces of their family. So let's hold that factor constant. Imagine crediting for 5 months. Your debt is adding up. and then you cannot get paid. Your kids have to go to school. They have to eat. They have to be clothed. And you know, Nelson, the dignity of every man is to be able to cater to his family. So if you take away that from him, you don't expect him to be stable. I mean, you really don't. So I mean, in as much as I'm not
And you know, these are the labor issues associated with some of these things. All right. Now we can talk about the salaries. You know, how timely those people are supposed to be paid to get them moving on happily, to get those men living up to their responsibilities and all of that.
And you know, the thing
It-
is,
it's
Nelson,
it's is is there any reason why anybody should want to point a finger at the Ministry of Labor, for example, for some of these
Nelson,
things that are happening? Because we're just talking about Salala today, but just the other day was King Jaw, Grand Cape Mount County,
you
and then
know,
you can go on naming so many places where these things are happening.
you know,
People
Nelson,
work for several months and they don't get paid.
you know, one can say yes. I mean, we should point at the labor ministry, but then the thing is this. I mean, you cannot not like the government has proven, not just this government, but past governments in the past has proven to fail them to fail their to fail the people themselves. So I mean, the same government cannot not even pay their workers on time. So where is where is the voice they have to even step in those
No,
kind of issues?
not paying
I will go
your
back.
people on time
I
would
come in,
just be
Nelson.
no, but Rudolph, it's like saying because the father, how do I put it? The father of the home, Desmond, welcome to the show. It's good to have you on tonight. It's like saying because the father of the home has short tempered, so all the kids should have short tempered.
Oh no!
You know,
That is
you know,
not the analogy
and I'm trying to see how that aligns because in terms of finding solution to this, there should be a way out. There should be a way better than what the actual problem is.
So Nelson, that's not what I mean that is not that's not the concept I am putting. What
Okay.
I was going to say next was that, for example, we see what happening in Nimba County, right? With this, what's the name of the group that were that are working there? We saw that the
Asila Meta.
thank you. We saw that the caucus from the house came together and they went there to assess living conditions and a lot of other things. I am looking forward to seeing the same thing being done from lawmakers from Magibi County as well. They should be able to come together.
Do you really think the authorities in these places are doing well when it comes to addressing these issues? Because we're talking about 7 days prior to this action. First thing is the people are not taking paid for about 5 months. And then they went on a go slow for about 7 days. Following that, then it escalated to a point where there's burning of home, damaging of vehicles, and all of that.
And Nelson, that is what I'm telling you. And we also have to understand that this is not a government entity, right? These are private people. They are running business. They are making money from the country. So now what I am saying is the burden should be placed mostly on the lawmakers.
Thank you.
Can I disagree with?
I am coming from.
Yeah, we're gonna come to you. We're gonna come to you, Desmond. We're gonna come to you. But let's take Francis on this. Francis, your thoughts.
I mean, yeah, nothing is sad to see things like that happening. We don't encourage any form of lawlessness, but equally so, we can't encourage slavery in our country. You know, a lot of these people. First of all, the living wage in Liberia is nothing. People, even if they get paid on time, is not enough to improve the quality of living, the quality of living for their families. The average family in Liberia has maybe 3 kids. So if somebody is working and you can't pay them, what do you expect for that family to do? And Liberia is such a condition that if people decide to strike, especially with private companies, and especially manual labor jobs, people can go and hire somebody else to come and do temporary job for less than what they were paying other people. Because people in Liberia are so desperate to take care, to provide for their family, which is a good thing, that they will take any job. So those people for 5 months, you don't pay people. We used to that type of thing when it comes to the government. We used to it. We used to hear government employees not getting paid for 5, 6, 7 months and stuff like that. And this is not even a political issue. Anytime it happens, then by time it happens, it continue to happen here. But a private entity, we talk about private, let's just say private sector boom, private sector boom. The ones that are there right now, what are you doing for our people? Because the people that work in the private sector should be considered the fortunate people that can brag, say, "Oh, I'm working for a private company, my paycheck is coming." And I know some people want to say, "Oh, with that moratorium placed on rubber during the end of the last administration and stuff like that, maybe that's why created the hardship." No, but you're a private company. You should have your backup plan. You should have a just in case account. Because people make a lot of money in that country from rubber. So there's no way you can say, "Oh, you can't pay your people every month." That's bad. Nobody encouraging what happened. That was bad. Those that did that should be arrested and dealt with according to the law. But also but equally so, you put those people in that position to get desperate. Somebody go home, a mom go home, a dad go home, and look at our children hungry. Your children going to good schools. Your children got food to eat. Your children got roof over their head. But their children live in rain season. We see that do river everywhere and stuff like that. Or people roof leaking. They can't even buy 1 bundle of zinc to replace their roof and things like that. But you say come to work for 5 months, don't get paid. That is so
Francis, let's weigh the two. The action, which has to do with the company not paying those people for X amount of months, and the reaction. The people in return setting ablaze the home of the manager, setting his car ablaze, vandalizing everything, looting his properties.
And also, it's not good because that manager doesn't own the company. He doesn't own the company. I don't think he's the owner of the company. Even if he's the owner of the company, I won't encourage anybody to do things like that because we can encourage lawlessness. But then too, what our government doing? What is our government doing? These people are tax-paying companies in your country. They pay taxes in your country. They operate in your country legally. I would hope they are doing that legally. So why will you sit there and encourage slavery in your country as an administration? Why should anybody be functioning in the country, getting money, exploiting our resources? It doesn't matter if it's Liberian owned business. You hire people, pay them every single time. Try that thing here. You know how much you pay the person for not paying that paycheck?
Thank you.
Let's my paycheck after 2 weeks and see what happened. But in
Thank
our
you.
country, it's just open. It's just I don't know, open season on our people. It's ridiculous, man.
Thank you very much. Let's take Vasco, then we're going to come to Charles and then Desmond.
All right, Nancy, thank you. So, the first thing we should look at here is every librarian that employ work for private companies or whatsoever, they are protected under the law, but especially the labor law of our country. And like you said, those people haven't taken pay for 5 months. So which means when the new old administration, there were no laws. So now we have a new labor minister and a new group of people. I know people are going to say I'll play politics, but this is reality. They're saying, look.
Okay, so you're subtracting the 5 months from...
Yeah, I subtracting the 5 months, yeah.
So you're trying to disassociate the CDC with every... Vasco, there you go with the CDC and Unity Party thing now.
No, we're not discussing Unity Party and CDC. No, the people you're talking about, they haven't taken pay for 5 months.
Yeah.
Okay. Under this administration. And those people are protected under the law, the labor law. So the labor ministry, they are the one or they are the people to look into these people matter. You will not tell me from 1 month all the way to 5 months, these people never went to the labor ministry and gave them their grievances and told them what is happening to them. But if your citizen come crying to you, you that's supposed to fight for them, and you cannot fight for them, and the people they are working with, they are looking at them like nothing. Because let me tell you, most of the people from me, I work for Leone people. I used to work with you and just supermarket for over 4 years when I was in Liberia, and I know how these people behave to Liberians. I know how to behave. We condemn the violence, right? We condemn it. But in this whole case, I will blame the government, especially the labor ministry. Because if the labor ministry...
When did the labor minister get appointed? Because if we're going into the 5 months issue, I know where you're coming from, Vasco. You want to disassociate the CDC from this thing. You want to disassociate the CDC, the labor minister who was there before this current Councillor Charles Gibson. He was the labor minister there, right?
Yeah, but we didn't see any out of violence or any act like what the people did today. We didn't see it. We didn't see people vandalizing, burning people property. So which means their situation wasn't looking like the way it's looking now. And also the hardship in the country. These people cannot get their daily bread to be able to feed their family. This raises a serious eyebrow. Don't forget about party business, but this is the truth. Because the government play deaf ear to their own people, so the companies will always play deaf ear to them. And that's why today you saw the people taking that kind of action, which of course it was wrong. But I think they had no hope. Because the last people you can run to are your government. But when the government don't care, and they don't care about their citizens, these are some of the things, these are some of the actions the citizens carry on.
Thank you.
I think there was nowhere for them to turn to. So now the judges have to take the law into their hand.
Thank
this
you,
is wrong. So your ministry or government need to double up.
Thank you.
That's what it came for. No business as usual.
Thank you, Vasco. Let's hear from Charles, and then we'll take Desmond.
So, first of all, let me start by your opening comment, Nelson, when you talk about going back into history about the Red Riot and stuff. We all are aware that 1975, when Backup Maviden organized a group of people to establish the PAL, the Progressive Alliance of Liberia. And that movement took at least 2,000 people on the street to protest. The protest intention was not destructive. The intention was constructive to get on the government back for change. When those guys hit the streets, they had additional 10,000 plus people that mixed with them. They went on the street and they started to cause some demonstrations and some illegal acts. Again, with this situation, our country, we have laws. We have laws. Before a company comes to our country to operate, there are a lot of documentation, there are a lot of laws that these people get into agreement with our government. And when those agreements are met,
one of his vehicles was also set ablaze. So this is the aftermath of the violent protest held by Kapos who have been protesting against the management of bad labor practice.
I think it's upon our government responsibility to
management through the workers' union, and then they agree to address some of the concern. But then
getting this thing that we
after the guys resume work, they were demanding that they be marked for 5.
Let's see, okay,
let's say we're playing that. Yeah, if we're playing that, we just play it and I'll wait.
No, go ahead. I was trying
And
to
so our government and that company had an agreement, a written agreement, something that the company signed, our government signed. And like my brother Vasco said, the labor law is clear. You be treating our people in our country as slaves. Though we're not in the interest of the Violence Act, we're not in the interest of the behavior of them burning things down and looting stuff. But we should also understand that those people, they work for their money and they deserve it. They deserve it. At this point, what they did at first to inform people that, oh, yeah, we have not taken pay for this X number of time. Our government, through the labor ministry, if they had interest in those people, they should have taken steps. Call our people and find a remedy to resolve the issue for them to get their pay. A hungry man is an angry man. It's a normal saying in our society. And those people work for that money. At that point, if they're not receiving that money, they pass through certain channels. They not just jump on the street to do what they did. There are certain means, there are certain things that they did. Talk to administration, talk to other supervisors, talk to this person, talk to that person. And their issue was not, no one paying attention to it. And so at that point, the fee demonstrating was going to bring results. And those people who in authority, after receiving a couple of information from those people, they didn't take action. But now the public and everyone now will see them to be the bad people because they went on the street, they burned things, they vandalized people's places, they looted areas. We're not seeing them as the evil people. But we should also understand what was the cause, the root cause of them going to that extent. Though we're not in the interest of them doing what they did, but there's a reason for their action. And you all can bear me witness, we were here on the same platform and we were discussing the issue about the nurses, the doctors in Wofa County. It was the same kind of situation that they don't want this person, so they drop their needles, they drop their syringes and things, and they say they own protest. Because of those actions, there are a couple of people alive went in the breeze. People died because of that situation. And so when we always look at these things, we have to look at it objectively and understand the plots of our people. Those companies, they are enriching themselves. They are getting money from our country, but to pay the people who making you to make the money is difficult. And like Vasco was saying, let us be real here. 5 months, they put in pay. Who 5 months they didn't pay is in this government. Is this government?
And that's the politics. That's the politics that maybe Vasco or you want to attach to this thing, because 5 months we're talking about.
Because
who was the labor minister at the time in the 5 months we're talking about? When did
let us look at it this way. That's why they say government is continuity.
Okay.
So even if the labor minister that was there before during the Jowia-led government and he just left office and a new minister took over, that new minister is still going by the law. He's still going by the same documents that those people signed with the government. He's not creating his own document. And so when Vasco says that, then people say politics. No, sometimes I understand Vasco's point where he comes from. But we also have to understand it too in that manner and fashion, because when you see how things play out, it's definitely in this government.
But Charles, the thing here is that
I think you hijacking. You want to hijack the show.
Can I get 30 seconds, please?
Yeah, no. Let's have Desmond to come in. When we're done with the queue, then we give 30 seconds across, and then we move to our next talking point. Yeah, but Charles, you can take 20 seconds to conclude.
And so with what is going on, I'm of the opinion that the company wrong our brothers and sisters. Though we're not in the interest of their actions, but they do have a serious apologies to give to those people and pay them their money.
Thank you. Desmond, go ahead. Let's hear you.
All right. Thank you guys for having me on today. And I'm going to look at this situation from a different standpoint because I have experience with it. In 2017, I went to Liberia and I got a job with somebody that I had to go work at M&G Gold, right? So somebody had the service contract for the whole company. They gave me a job and I had to go work. My first duty was to carry people pay. So I had about 20 people that was working under me and I had to take their salaries. I get there to go pay the people. I didn't open the envelope, but it just had names on it, right? I get there to go give them their salaries. I'm paying this person. The other person opened the envelope and they're upset. I'm like, why are you upset? You got your money. The guy said this money is only 3 months of the last 6 months. The man didn't pay me. And I'm looking at this guy like, you crazy? You worked for 6 months, didn't pay you, right? And the man I'm working for is a white American man that gave me a job. So I further investigated and I asked the guy, I said, but wait now, why would you guys come to work knowing that you didn't get paid last month, but you still coming this month, still coming the following month? You know what man told me? And this is the ripple effects of what happening of that 5 month no pay. The man said, when I go to work and I don't get paid, my landlord can see me going to work every day. He will not kick me out because he knows that one day my boss will pay me. I can go in the community and borrow restaurant from Jalo. Jalo can see me going to work every day, but Jalo will give me that rest. I'll feed my kids. I can tell the school, say, I get a job, but then pay me yet. My children will be in school. So you see the ripple effect of this human being debt. For that 1 5 month, he didn't get paid. And the burdensome, the stress. Meanwhile, when my credit card payment come, I'm paid 1 month. When it comes in 2 days, I can be all stressed out, right? Imagine somebody getting 5 months worth of calls for debt, essential living debts. Not arbitrary things. We're talking about things that this person needs to live with. The Maslow hierarchy of need, right? Feeding, housing. They're even on the they're on the lower limbs, the lower level. So they're not meeting these requirements, right? At the basic human essential requirements are not being met. And it's no fault of theirs because guess what? The person is going to work. Right? I'm not going to.
But Desmond, in the midst of everything you're saying, just take a look at what we have here.
Oh, yeah, I will get to that.
Does that in a way justify this action we're seeing here?
Well, I'm justifying it right now. I'm about to justify it. The other people that are saying they're encouraging it, me, I'm encouraging it. And I'm going to tell you why. Oh, I definitely am. I'm definitely encouraging it. And I'll tell you why. And this will be the funny stats that make you encourageable. Every extractive industry in Liberia in the last year, took $1.4 billion out of Liberia. Now what they remitted to the government? 140 million, 10%. There's no reason for anybody to be working in an extractive industry and not getting paid. No reason. They took 90% of $1.4 billion out of the country. So I can be working for M&G Go. You tell me, say, you pay me. It's impossible. I can work for a setup meter. I'll be living in Contino. It's impossible. I cannot work for John Brown, Contino, digging gold at Liberia, or get a little rubber farm, you get 10 employees. It's impossible. And this starts from Letty. If anybody believes it, I'm going to go to Letty. If they don't believe me, go to Letty. $1.4 billion was extracted from Liberia last year alone. Government only received 10% of that. 90% went outside. So if they can point out, that house they point out to me is small. Because let me tell you what happens to a man's mind when he has external burdens in his community and he feels less of a person. When that person goes out and see that you owe me money and you living like this, you tell me that psychological effect. I'm not going to put one worker down. I'm not going to do no more equivalency to say, oh, they were right, the other one was right, but the action was wrong. I support every action that they did. They should take more. Now rest.
Can I get my 30 seconds too?
yeah, you will take your 30 seconds, but I'm still let me come back to Desmond. Desmond, this approach, 1979, it didn't produce a good result. It didn't give us a good 1980, it didn't give us a positive outcome. Fast forward to 2024, it still didn't give us a good outcome. The King George situation. I mean, at what point do we reinvent the wheels? At what point do we rearrange the way we, engage those kinds of issues? If we must get the kind of results we want.
Let me tell you what it is. The first, and this is a result oriented, and I'll give you something you reported in 1980. I'm a personal experience of 1980. I'll tell you why. The first result here is this: you don't go into these negotiations with the benefit of the company. Exactly. Liberia is not big for you to negotiate in the best interest of the company, right? So your approach should be people-centered. That's the first thing. If you look at King Joy, you saw the police director response. He said something in response that before when he was first police director, he had a different approach to people centers and stuff like that. After he left his police job, he opened an NGO and started working with affected communities in NGO sectors. So when King Joy happened, after the action, and he not talk about the actions, when I talk about result, he said two things, right? He understand why the people did it. Even though his police officers were hurt, he understood why it came from. So the second thing I will say today is the number one thing you can do. It shouldn't be no moral equivalence. Say, oh, they put a man hostile. No, it should start with one place. The first thing here is give people the money. Give them the money you owe.
That's it.
That's the first thing. You can't do no moral equivalency. Let me tell you about something about 1980. And this is personal to me. In 1980, my pa was sitting senator, right? Dude said my pa to Bella Yala for 3 months, charged my pa taxes. 7 months, because my pa went to jail in 1980, came out 81. When he came from jail, they offer him job. The same day he came from jail, he was landing at Springfield. There's a newspaper article to offer him job to be assistant minister of justice. My pa refused that job. Let me tell you now, I'm not saying it happened across the board, but the thing that can happen in Liberia, we play lip service to things. We don't do investigation. But you know what I told my dad after that 1980 coup? Yes, he lost people in the coup. My dad did two things. He never worked for government, one, ever again in his life. He had one approach. Taylor offered him job, he refused to. He said nobody should bring guns to be solutions to Liberia. And that's his opinion. And I think where you're coming from with that, right? There shouldn't be a solution to that. The point I'm making here is these physical actions where we live are result-oriented. Those actions that he did in 1980, let me tell you, good, bad, or indifferent, generated some level of results. Whether the results were good, bad, or indifferent, people can argue that. But what I'm saying to you here is the bottom line as it relates to the particular issue. If you create a moral standard, not a moral standard, or standard where a man is not feeling a provider, let me take man woman because I want a feminist to attack me. Well, a provider doesn't feel he or she can provide for the family when they are doing their part in society. Not no voided. They're not sitting down on the street smoking kush. They're not smoking B-ball 1, B-ball 10. They're not on the street selling. They're not prostitute. They're not drinking liquor. They are going to work. And for 5 months, they're acquiring debts. I remember somebody went to a ministry and became a minister somewhere, and the person told me, say he couldn't believe somebody was getting paid $125 a month. What he put in your mind was, how do you pay this man $125? That won't even make enough transportation for people to come to work. But we want to know how these people make it. So I would never one day bash any worker that burned down somebody's house when the company didn't pay for 5 months. How do I even start that conversation in my mouth?
Well, Willow, you want to take 20 seconds?
Yes. Real quick. So just to provide clarity, I mean, I'm not trying to take the blame of the government. I mean, when I mentioned that the lawmakers should step in, I mean, it is open knowledge that the labor ministry is in charge of everything labor related. That is clear. So where I was coming from is that, I mean, we have seen the same thing happen with Mental. So these guys could, I mean, some of these people as well, and and get to the bottom of it. The labor ministry might do theirs, but these guys, I mean, I feel like if they really get involved, they can change this stuff faster than the labor ministry would do it. But then again, back to Vasco's point, you know, when you come here and try to play politics with this kind of thing, then I mean, I will tell you that it might not be this company that was agitating during real time, but guess what? Other companies did. Other workers did. So are you going to tell us that, oh, because it was not the same company, so real government was better? No, this is a problem that has been a Liberian problem, and when we are addressing it, we should address it from a broad perspective. You don't narrow it down to one government. That's where I am coming from.
Thank you.
Nelson, to conclude, when you take away a man's dignity, you should not expect much from him. The reason why we will not sit on here and say we encourage these things is because the entire country is listening to us, and this might come up as a form of inciting violence, because then a lot of people will say, oh, people on spoon say it's a good thing, so we will go and start doing it. That's why we are saying we will not endorse it, but these guys' actions can in a way be justified. Thank you.
Well, thank you guys. Vasco, you want to take 20 seconds?
Yeah.
Francis.
Yeah, let me Rudolph, I wasn't playing politics here. I was just speaking the reality. When you say 5 months, the older people, where you want me to start from? I'll start from the United Party government.
It's not unique to this government. That's the point I am making.
But listen, my brother, anything happen to your citizen who work for companies and other institutions around the country, the government will be responsible, because the people they are governed, they got a law. They got a law. They have the labor law. And when these companies come in our country, they don't just come and start to operate. They go through procedures.
So why was the CDC government when the company $1.4 billion out of Liberia?
I'm not discussing that father said.
You're not making it. Don't make it political. Go to the issue.
I'm not saying.
So let's give
Vasco.
Vasco.
That's what talking about. Father said.
Welcome to the show. Vasco, please take your 10 seconds and just conclude.
Yeah, jumping into my stuff. That's what been taking the whole while. Nobody responding to him.
Yeah, but go ahead.
So now see, this thing will stop when the relevant authority supposed to guard the Liberian worker. If they start to do their job correctly, not taking kickbacks from these people, you know why people even behaving like that? That's it. Like I said, we had 2 payroll UN draft. When the labor people come to the supermarket to check, our manager would take the 1 payroll and show it to them. This is what we're paying your people. When they leave town for all to take pay, they bring the real payroll, what they're paying on 1,000 labor take. But we see a lot of payroll, the guy US that don't pay and the other can't pay. But these people will come, will talking to them, nobody will step in. The other country looking. And like,
what year was that? What was the time? What year was that?
It was during the Taylor time, when Taylor in power. That's the time working the union supermarket.
Okay.
Yeah, Taylor time. You want the reality? No.
Thank you.
Nothing trying to speak for your mouth.
No, we are done. Nobody buying horse.
Please take your 20 seconds.
Nobody care people to concession company. Nobody care people.
All right, Vasco, you're talking.
Don't say that, Vasco. Don't say that. Vasco, don't say that. Don't say that, please.
No, let's give Francis.
No, we are trying to care people.
Francis, please go ahead. Vasco kindly allow Francis to take his 20 seconds.
What's happening now, since we want to be political about everything, and that's the reason why they have him set back to come back or run back to front back.
No, we'll do set back to come back. We'll set back to come back. But please take your
Saki boys, they can never miss the opportunity to play politics. Instead of coming here and talking on behalf of the Liberian people, they want to play politics. During the last 6 years, people didn't get paid for 5, 6, 7 months. Nothing was said about it. And now this administration is taking the ball, the spill over for all of the crap that happened in the last 6 years. Because now people are so frustrated The government just came in power 5 months ago. So yeah, we know we're talking about 5 months. But what happened before the 5 months? What been happening over time? People getting frustrated and be holding their peace, and now they get frustrated and boil over now into this administration. So you want to make it seem like, oh, people are working in Miami, they're living in Miami during the last 6 years, but as soon Bagube left office, that's when things changed. But I would disagree strongly disagree with our brother Desmond, private root of the say, oh, the people right, but you will also equally want to say, oh, they're frustrated. Yeah, the people are frustrated. But if you encourage them to do things like this, guess what? Those companies will still be running while these people stand a chance of going to prison. And then the same families that they are upset about what's happening, and rightly so, that they can't feed. When they go to prison, who's going to take care of those kids? Who's going to take care of their wives or their husband or the little hustle that they be doing? We are frustrated. We need to hold the administration accountable, the government, not just this, but our government officials. But we can't say, let them go, yes, and let them do it. There's no moral equivalent. Nobody trying to make any moral equivalent here. But we can't encourage our people to do things like this, because in the end result, our people that are suffering and not getting paid, when they act like this out of frustration, the government is not going to say, you know what, let's get them a pass and let's pay them. When that company sue or whoever sue, if they can find it, now social media is there. A lot of those people are caught on camera. They can go to prison for not even getting paid, for being treated like slave, for working not getting paid. We can't encourage stuff like that. We should figure out how to hold our government to account and how they should be able to hold those companies to account, but not encourage our people to put themselves at risk of going to prison and leaving their children fatherless or motherless. That's
can
not
I
good.
respond? Can I respond to?
Can I just respond to Francis?
Okay. So guys,
Let me respond to the man.
Let's do this. Let's do
Francis
this.
said something, and that
No,
people
Francis
get-
called our name. He called my name. He called Desmond.
Francis said something
This
that
is important. This is important that I do this,
Francis said
right?
something that need to be addressed quickly.
Yeah. You address that issue. You address the issue, but we'll like to hear from Toure. But Vasco said something very important. Vasco said there was nothing like protest for salary under the previous administration. Vasco, is that true?
Salary. I said people now burn down people's houses. People burn people's cars.
People had protests for salary on the previous
It
administration.
will always happen. It's been happening from time. But then 1 year, because of the hardship in the country, I did not want people not taking pay again, go to Jalo. But they started putting, there is no hope. So Jalo said, "Will not get you what they supposed to get you."
The problem is not what
Thank
happened.
you, Vasco. I mean, it was good when we made that clarity.
The suffering has intensified.
It was good we made that clarity. That's when you have 20 seconds, and we'll go to
my 20 seconds is going to be short. Here's the thing, right? It's good to have multifaceted views and not trying to control anybody's views. I'm not here to say what Francis can't say and what Francis shouldn't say. Francis is a Francis. My name is Desmond Finley. Francis is a Jawate with a different outlook on things. I have a different place of where my future is supposed to be as opposed to where Francis' future is supposed to be. I have a different outlook for how communities grow, how communities don't grow. Francis have a different thing. Here's the thing, right? Avoiding the problem today for that problem to exacerbate tomorrow is not a solution to that problem. That's what I'm saying, right? If what you saw today is an amalgamation of other things that happen over and over and over, and the kettle bursts and they burn out the house. Guess what's going to happen now when they give you lip service? If you give them over equivalent, if you say, oh yeah, the people are wrong, they're frustrated, but they're wrong, so wait for government. I'm just saying, guess what's going to happen? They'll wait for 8 months again, because people will pay them 3 more of the last 5 months salary, right? Nobody will go to jail. They're getting 3 months of the last 5 months salary. The manager will build a bigger house. The government will get a little kickback. 8 months from now, we'll be right back here. They will burn down 2 houses next, right? That's not a solution to the problem. When you see humans reacting like this, when human beings, normal people that go to work, they're not criminals. That's the first note here. If they're going to work for 5 months consistently, they're not rogues, they're not criminals, they're not thieves. If you see people reacting like that, the cost is always 100% with the company and the government. No solution, 0% doesn't go to the people. 0% of the fault don't go to the people. That doesn't mean I'm encouraging them. I'm telling you where the problem lies. It's not encouragement. It's the fact of the matter.
Thank you. Thank you, Desmond.
If working people go to work 5 months in a row and don't get paid, you go and we act like this, that's because the government and its company was 100% wrong. That's not encouragement. That's a matter.
Let me say one or two things to this. So friends, right? The actions of these people, under no way, under no circumstances, they will go to jail. One, they pass through the regular channel before reaching to this point.
No, Charles, when it comes to that aspect, it is the law enforcers, the legal authority that will make the determination. Because there was similar protests like this in the same Bon County area. I think it should be the same Salala area or something. A couple of years back, when that protest happened, same thing. They vandalized properties, damaged the company's facility, and did all kinds of stuff. In demands of salaries, corporate social responsibility of the entity. But look what happened. When the police, the government did her investigation, and the findings revealed some of the people who were involved with the vandalization of those properties. Those people were arrested. Some of them spent some good time behind bars. I remember to a point where some of their parents even went begging the company to at least release their children. So again, you may in the discharge of your right, exercise of your right, go extra mile. You may go to an extreme level where you cross that boundary. And so at that point, it doesn't excuse you. I mean, I may be wrong.
Yes,
but
exactly.
I'm just speaking in reference to something that I saw similar to what is happening here with the folks in Salala.
Just
end up. So let's have Toure coming on because we need to.
Their actions is justifiable. That's one. Two, the labor ministry, our government officials should hold themselves responsible for their actions. The company leadership, their team should hold themselves responsible for their actions. Like Desmond said, in less than a week from now, I definitely want to believe that they're going to receive some of their money, even if not all. They're going to receive some of their money. And those places that got burned, it will be furnished. They will rebuild it in a string of an eye with the country money, with our money that is generated from there. And so it's nothing about them going to jail. And if that happens, the government will not be doing the Liberians people justice. They will not be doing them fair at all.
Thank you. Let's hear from Toure finally. Francis,
let's take a second, please, because there's a bad message. I'm frustrated when I see our people don't get paid. When I see our people work for, especially for private company, we have gotten so used to it happening in government. I'm not saying it's right for our people that work in government to not get paid, but it's bad. I'm upset about people getting frustrated. I mean, not getting paid and treated like slave. That's why I spoke in my opening about this stuff. I said our people have been treated like slave in their own country. But for our brothers to come on here to judge what part of our constitution or our laws, we say our country of laws, right? What part of our constitution support people vandalizing other people's properties and stuff like that? What part of our country say it's okay because they're treating you like slave? It's not right. I'm not supporting any of that stuff. It's bad. But the same people, when they get arrested and sent to jail, none of here will send money to them.
So your point, I'm coming on this. So your point here, Francis, your point is you don't support the action of the company to not pay the people for about 5 months, and you equally do not support the workers for vandalizing the home of the manager.
And the reason I don't support the workers is because they put themselves in a position that they can go to jail. They're not getting paid in jail. Their family suffering, their kids, then there, whoever live there, they can't take care of them because it's not going to do them any good. But the government, we all know the government should take account. We all know none of that stuff should happen in our country. Nobody should work every day. Like Desmond said, they are not criminals for going to work, but you make them turn into beggars in their own country and they do work, but they don't get paid. But we should not sit there and tell them, put yourself at risk of losing your family or your family losing
Thank
you.
you. Thank you. Let's take
Francis.
Ray quickly. No, we have to take Ray because we might have the entire show on this. Ray, please go ahead. Let's hear you. Let's hear your take on this. Then we transition quickly.
Yeah, Nelson, thank you so very much. Good evening to the panelists, Liberian people here in the United States and around the world. First of all, Nelson, this is my position. There's a nuance of how people approach situation in Liberia, because you know very well government are going to stand for you. When you subject people to what we call indignation, then don't be surprised how they react, right? Is that when you treat people as savage, don't be surprised when they behave like one. So at the end of the day, you can't have foreign entities in the country where government is supposed to do everything to protect their own citizens that are working for these entities. But yet people are surprised when the people react the way they reacted. Look at what is happening in Kenya. This is not even foreign thing though, right? People have to stand up for themselves when people that you expect to stand up for you are not standing up for you. Right? This is my thing. I'll be the least person on this platform to call for such action. But I'll be damned if I'm not paid in 6 months in my own country, where companies are taking billions of dollars out of my country and I'm not getting paid for none. I'm sorry. I can care less about how they react. I'm just glad that there's no casualty as far as somebody dying in that flame. But you can never ever try to say, oh, no, the way the people reacted. Let it burn it down, bro. Because at the end of the day, they have insurance. They can get that place up, back and running, like next tomorrow. All right? But this definitely going to call for higher consideration and how the people treat people over there. The labor ministry don't care about these people. The government certainly don't care about these people. So people have to stand up for themselves. I mean, look, at the end of the day, man, like I said, when you treat people like shit, excuse my language, Nelson, they behave like it, don't be surprised. That's what I can say, bro. And there's New Liberia, bro. This is New Liberia. Nobody gonna work and I get paid. No, we're not doing that. It's 2024.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We have to quickly transition because we have time.
Use 10 seconds,
but let's do this.
10
Let's
seconds
do
only.
this, guys. Let's do this. Yes, you get 10 seconds. I'm about to give you 1 minute, 30 seconds to weigh in your thoughts on this issue. But let's do this. After a massive defeat at the ballot box, after that golden opportunity to steer the affairs of the country for 6 years, after being in opposition for 12 years, after Totin Castic, the CDC is back in opposition. But that's not the point. The point is, Vasco, just send me a setback to come back. But the CDC is saying that they are transforming setback into a comeback. So they're having Lulu Tada, they're having a week of sports festival. They'll be playing checker, and all of that to transform that setback into a comeback. Come on. Let's make some analysis around this. Can the CDC really make a comeback? After 6 years performance, after her performance over 6 years that the Liberian people saw, that some people were very satisfied with, and some people were very disappointed with, can the CDC make a comeback? Is this setback going to remain setback, or is it going to transform into a comeback? What are the possibilities? What are the writings on the wall saying? I mean, let's have some conversation around this. Let's start with you, Ture. You just jump in, and then we're gonna go to Charles, Desmond, Vasco, Francis, and then Rudolph.
Yeah. So Nelson, like I said, the country, Liberia, we are politically charged, politically polarized. What CDC should be doing instead, they should actually use that venue to start to educate some of their young people, right? Turn that place into some kind of rehabilitation center. Because, I mean, tomorrow's event is not going to cut it. Maybe they're just a mere publicity stunt, right? For what? To satisfy their egos, or for mere like what they're gonna achieve. I'm just curious to know exactly what's the motivation behind this. You guys got defeated. Go back to the drawing board, figure out exactly what you guys did wrong. And we all here right now can give you a laundry list of things that went wrong. From see from that part of the political spectrum. See from the CDC. So I mean, look, this is a bad look. They just trying to flex something that I don't know exactly what is it that they about to flex onto the Liberian people. Their 6 years still fresh in the people's mind. People are now forgiving of what a disastrous 6 years that was. And to come back and do any showing of that magnitude like tomorrow, I mean, that would just wake up some bad feelings in the minds of many Liberians. So I really don't know what is there to achieve. And if there's anything, man, I hope to see you tomorrow. But it will just be the old stuff that we know exactly what's.
Can they really make a comeback? Can the CDC really make a comeback,
bro?
Or is it?
I am obviously I can wake up tomorrow and win the $1 billion jackpot that's scheduled to roll out tomorrow. Then CDC have any chance of coming back? This is a dead party. They're now going to come back. President George Manning, we are certainly can just hang his boot in that other arena of retirement, because politics definitely was not his calling card to begin with. And the fact that he tested the water and did abysmally, I don't think there is any ounce in my body that suggests that there will be a thing on CDC come 2029. And if they come around, I guess what? Liberian people are woke.
Thank you. Let's hear you on this one, Charles. Charles, are you here? Can you unmute? You are muted.
Yeah, I think this
muted.
This topic is interesting. It's very, very interesting. But again, I have a different point of view. When you look at the political terrain of Liberia, our people mind has changed. Our people mentality in thinking about political situations, political process in our country has changed. And the fact that the Liberian people can give Jawia one term because of bad governance, I believe the same Liberian people can get a unity party one term if there's a bad governance system as well. And so with that, as we speak now, the way things are playing out in Liberia with the Unity Party, I know it's so soon, very early in this government, but I hope, my very self here, hope and believe that we will realize more than what was in the last 6 years. With that, I personally want to believe CDC just want to show out, want to show some glance around the city.
So you don't believe that they can make a comeback? You don't believe?
I want to believe in certain
because the margin was not that wide. That's one thing I want to take into consideration.
That's the reason why I'm saying I want to believe they can make a comeback if Unity Party don't do the right thing. If Unity Party don't do the right thing, CDC can definitely make a comeback. And by making a comeback, it means they have to put their house in order. They have to start convincing the Liberian people now. They have to do those things that they didn't do in the past 6 years. And based on the lapses of the Unity Party, I believe they can come back. Because imagine when you look at the votes difference. I mean, let me tell you something. They said, do not underestimate this a stupid man. Sorry to say, but do not underestimate any stupid person. They have some potential.
Okay.
And if you try to underestimate them, you yourself will be in with that stupidity.
Thank you.
And so with that, I believe if Unity Party don't do the right thing, if the right thing is not done in a 6-year period, the Liberian people will give Unity one term. And definitely you can have a comeback.
Okay. Desmond, you want to go? And then we take
yeah. So to answer your question, they can make a comeback, but are they going to win? That's the difference. They can make a comeback to run. They will go and run.
But the comeback you're talking about is getting to where they were.
Okay, yeah. I was making an illustration when you say comeback. Anybody can come out, not anybody can win. But if we're talking about them winning,
competitive, they can be competitive.
Yeah, be competitive. So, like when we're talking, the variances that we're not looking at. If you look at that 17,000 votes variance that we are won, that Puerca won by, right? If you understand Liberian politics or African politics and West African politics in general, from an incumbent standpoint, that's like 1 million votes. If you extrapolate for all the that can happen around African politics, if you get that 17,000 votes, that's like 1 million votes. That's how big that number is before you go to the concession. Now, but let me address the point. You say CDC can make a comeback, right? Me, I can look at people's actions, right? What CDC is doing for the comeback? They're going to play Ludo. They're going to do Hosco. They're going to play Tosh.
Let me put the flyer up. So
let me say
they will be having daughter.
You see?
Let me see. Where is this? Yeah, so they'll be having daughter Lulu and Nafo.
That's why you're a bad male.
No, but these are the things here. I'm seeing it.
You see, you still didn't let me say like it's a rumor. You still back my thing up with facts.
No, but I'm reading from what's on the flyer. But anyway, go ahead.
No, but they're going to make a comeback. I agree, right? But this is the process. If you're looking at people making comeback, you gotta look at the format they're using for change, right? If I ran a race, right, and I didn't sleep the night before practice, before the race, and me and Toure ran and I came close, but Toure won. Guess what I'll do the night before practice? I'll go sleep, right? To get enough rest to run my race better. But I will not be doing the same thing that go run the same race with a win. That's why when the people talk about CDC winning here, there's nothing strategic from the standpoint to see them winning. The only agenda is contingent on Joseph Puerca failing as a president. And that's a recipe for disaster. Because if President Puerca can alternate and drive the narrative in a different prospect, because there's a key distinction between we are government and Puerca government that we're seeing. Puerca is listening where his mistakes are and giving results. Talk about listening and publishing your assets. Puerca listened to the public. It took some time. He did it, right? DEA, Puerca listened to the public. Puerca is reacting to what people's doing. We get it. We're not saying that the kind of government we want. But that's a clear distinction between what Mr. Weah did for 6 years that he called us people, the Liberian people. Now he's going to play Hosco on a Sagamo tree, like one of the main president for. But big girl, but let's start something new.
Thank you.
Let me know, yeah.
Thank you very much. Mikael, welcome to the show. You want to weigh in your thoughts on this? And then we'll take Vasco.
Well, thank you, Nelson.
I mean, I'm crying, yo. I mean, get up to the game, man. Address the gas situation and come back. Address the gas situation and come back, my man.
Let's see. I want to the last on the topic here.
No, Vasco, please go. Vasco, go. Let's hear a take on this. Yeah.
You got you want second to the last, so you got to put plenty here.
Why you all want to be the last? My man, go, man.
I said second to the last. So okay, no
Yeah,
problem.
yeah. It's
So, I mean, sometimes let me say to my brother Charles, thank you. You're a very smart man. I listen to your explanation. You sound like a smart person. Because if anybody,
Charlie, you fall yourself.
No, y'all give me chair. Y'all talking. I'm being quiet, please. Anybody that will sit down in their right mind and try to rule CDC out of the political arena in our country, or CDC coming back to state power, then you might be living in another war. Look, first of all, what you need to do, I always tell people the things that you overlook, the Liberian people don't just overlook the man stuff that CDC did. The people got it in mind that CDC, when they came to power, they dropped the rest price. When CDC came to power, they built their own ministries and agencies. LPRC. Yeah, no, let me call them LPRC, the MPA, the NSA. They built parks in Liberia. They built hospitals. They did some things. And the only way you can rule CDC out of coming back to power, I always say that, yeah, is for the United Party to perform. And in performing, we're talking about the people. We're talking about the people that live in the country. The people complaining right now. The United Party came, instead of empowering Liberian, they took Liberian from all the job. You want CDC with a 17,000 margin. And I can tell all of y'all, the only reason the United Party won the election because of Prince Johnson in my country. I don't know whether y'all really studied the way the election went. It was the United Party as a whole, as a political party, they don't have any strong vote against CDC. CDC got a place that they control, which is the Southeast. Y'all guarantee today. We control the Southeast. The United Party get nowhere to control. The only place that they have was Lofa County. But you saw what Thomas Fala alone did in Lofa County during the election. It was the Prince Johnson and DRL stood up for the United Party today, the one election. So, can United Party or Joseph Bagana coming back to run? What kind of serious politician you have in our country, a job we have put the air out and your United Party failed? What kind of serious politician do you have?
Thank you.
Looking at the kind of opposition that coming together, y'all get shocked. You think the NPP go? That's what you're looking at? No. They might go to settle their own horse problem. Snow then they go. They're going to make forces and come back for the calamity we get on top of the Liberian people.
Thank you.
That's what's going to happen. So
thank you very much.
You sit on here. CDC got the strength and the power. We are one political party. That doesn't mean any of it. We are one political party that got a stronghold that will control. And once President George Weah face appear on our paper, we eat a Southeast. I want y'all know it.
So the 10th vote in the Southeast, our mayor president.
Thank you.
You might maybe don't even know what the election went in the Southeast.
Thank you. Thank you, Pastor. Thanks a lot.
The Southeast almost eat it.
Thank you, Pastor. Thanks a lot. Mikael, you want to take?
Look, you must look at me first. Look at me. I'm a typical citizen. How we looking? You think somebody can move up? Just look at me and know how good the citizen will look.
You know, Pastor.
You see no people on the
so how you looking? I are the typical.
We got fixed mind. Anybody see coming to CDC?
CDC lower the eyeball on
the party. That person is not an ordinary citizen.
But we is probably telling us that he got a fixed mind.
Nothing can teach us. Nothing.
Thank you, Pastor. Thank you. Let's take Mikael. Mikael, go ahead quickly. Let's say you.
Well, gentlemen, hello to everyone. Always a pleasure to be here. Well, let me weigh my thought on this particular CDC thing. My man, that be serious for 1 second. We know Liberia is a struggling country. our people out there suffering. Think about the thing you got, what the topic you got was discussing earlier. People work for 5, 6, 7 months, 4 months, 3 months. They don't get paid. Which one is Syria country around the globe? Life like that's still happening right there in the 21st century. It's not happening anywhere like that easily. I know some countries still struggling and things, but to go that far, let's be serious for a second. If CDC coming to power in Liberia again, where are they coming to power to? Who are they coming to? The people were sitting president in the west of all Africa. Africa, that when you're sitting government, you got everything to your, to your need, and you can do anything to win elections. As much as they have all those power and the money, you picking from nowhere and win them with our little father that we put together in America and around Liberia to support them. What does speak to you, volume? That say a lot. The Liberian people looking for somebody that will rescue that country. CDC can even go to hell and come back to heaven. They can never win election in Liberia. I would say never. I know never is not a word for me to say. Yeah, but I would say that. Because if Liberian people ever made that mistake.
But why do you think CDC can never cannot make a comeback?
Okay, number one, since CDC lost the elections, what are they doing to prove to the Liberian people that they had something? Maybe they didn't have much time to.
How many months has it been since CDC lost the election? How many months are we talking about? We're talking about 6 years from now, or 6 years to go, and it's been 5 months in the 6 years.
But listen now, they say when the feast is going to be good, you know it from the eve. CDC were in power. They didn't do nothing much. The same thing that brought them to power was playing checker, playing Lulu. And when they came to power, what did they do? Nothing.
You say what brought them to power?
Playing Lulu, playing checker, playing Nafo.
Nobody can see. Don't work for 2 minutes. Kind of president right there. Thank you.
But doing things like that, people always thinking all the way around. This man is a young man. When we bring him to power, he's going to make the country great. There will be, free flow of things, and we'll be having the kind of movement all our life.
Wait. Nickel. Yeah. The people play Checo and Lulu, and they won election. But what made you think that Checo and Lulu were not made to win election this time around? You saw the victory. The president won that Checo game, and he celebrated like a soccer star who scored that last minute of time, that 11 hour, the goal at the 90th minute. You saw the celebration. What makes you think that?
The president. Okay, the reason is simple. Because the people, all that when it happened, they made him president, and they saw exactly what was the outcome of the presidency. What was the outcome of the power they gave him. And they know that nobody gotta go around and try to verify for them or open something for them looking again. They saw it, they lived it, they breathed it. So they knows that. So and they're going back to go look at the flyer you just saw. So what are they changed from? What new are they bringing to the Liberian people to say, listen, when they made mistake and the mistake they made was a mistake to be made. It was clear. They went there. They had an agenda. They met that. I mean, whatever the intention was met, whatever they want to do, they do it, and they got rich from it. And up to this day, and nothing had come from other people die in Liberia. There was no account of that. People lose their children, lives. Google people who went to school around the world, went to help that country. They lost their life. We all know, we saw it in this CDC government. Nothing happened up to this day. So if Liberian people again ever gave power to CDC, where are you getting power to? To come back to the same little plane and same more thing? So that should not even be an argument. We should not even get down the platform we're giving them right now. Because, I mean, we shouldn't even do that.
Thank you.
Liberian people, if this let them continue the path they're on, Mr. Honorable Boakai president said, don't do well. You have to do the same thing you have to do the CDC. We like keep trying people until we get somebody we get from that country to rule us and give Liberia the life it deserved. But
Thank
not
you very much, Michael.
No.
Thank
Nelson,
you. I
want to comment on your music video. Hold your phone. The thing you just showed. You know, one thing about that video, when you see the president throw the dice and run around, you know what's not clear in that video? Nobody gave us evidence that he even won that game. He probably just rolled a 6 and he running around because he rolled 6. That's the man mentality.
Come on,
running around and he rolled 6 and he think he wins.
He didn't wait for. I mean, no, I think.
But listen, Nelson, we don't have proof. We're all speculating here, right? But it's in this man characteristic to roll a 6.
Hugging a man, you say.
You just hugging weird and new thing. If that was Unity Party hugging, then we can say, yeah.
Are you trying to say that it's possible?
See the other men counting Nelson?
You saw the dot? You didn't see the dot?
Exactly. The other men counting, the other men running. So I'm just telling you, he wasn't even over, he claiming a win. People.
Francis, please go ahead. Let's hear you.
The guy disrupting the show. You're giving them more time of that thought.
All right, we'll try again. Sorry.
Let me tell you guys something. First of all, you're overlooking the Liberian people's ability to just put something behind it and move forward. During the war in Liberia, when they shooting, Liberian men will run away. Soon the bullets start flying, they play small music in the little zing shop. People going there to drink and celebrate that they were not just shooting. Let me tell you something. The Vasco just said it. Seditions are like a court. It's like court. It's like sheep. When sheep marching, even the first one falls down the cliff. Oh, no, just be going falling down the cliff. None of them will say, oh, let me turn this out. No, they will all keep going falling down the cliff. You see Trump supporter in the US here? You can tell people nothing. So they look at Liberia politics, right? With all the Vasco there, over there, that even a John we are slap them in front of their parent or slap their parent, they'll stay over John we are. They don't care. Like Trump said, I can shoot somebody on 5th Avenue. I'll not lose a single vote. When he came to Republican politics, he was right. When it comes to Liberia politics, Vasco there, that make it even wrong what I foot with Moa. They would drag themselves to go vote for him. He can run over that brother there. They would drag themselves to go vote for him. So the man has a committed group of people. There were our 3 major parties in our country. You know that they share the vote, right? It doesn't matter if Tommy's ANC got 1%. Well, if you got 17 other people, or let's say if there are 80, I think 90 political parties they got down, right? If you get 17 other people that are taking 2% here and there, then the Vasco there of the world say they don't care if Georgia mess up in the last 6 years, they're going to vote for him. Trust me, CDC will win easy.
Thank you.
Will win easy. If President Braga doesn't do any better, which of course know that's not the case. So you see that's where CDC got it wrong. Their hope is like, you know how Lone Star be playing when they say for Lone Star cover for World Cup, or Ghana gonna beat Nigeria, then Togo gonna draw with Ethiopia, then the other place gonna lose to the other place by 10-0 before Lone Star go to World Cup when they beat by 16-0. That's how they gonna go to World Cup. So the private CDC got right now. This is just 5 months in President Braga administration. They're hoping that he can be worse than George Weah. That's their hope. And that's a big if, right? But let that give it to them. If President Braga doesn't improve the people's life better than he made it, there's a strong chance that George Weah can come back, because like politicians are so greedy. They will not want to say, oh, let's coalesce around one person to make sure that calamity don't come back. They will say no. And like people will sit down there, CDC partisans alone. That partisans alone.
Thank you,
Let's give me 5 seconds.
We want to wrap up now.
Yeah, 5 seconds, please.
That's it. 20 seconds, please.
Something without getting.
Let's get Rudolph. Let's get Rudolph to speak on the issue. Rudolph, let's get it.
Yes.
All right, Rudolph. After.
Listen, you know when Vasco said, "Look at me," as a tradition, it was funny, but it was also powerful. because I mean, the supporter of CDC, they have subjected themselves to, I mean, to a state of smallness, mediocrity, and I mean, they don't expect much from we are to vote for him. Let's be clear about that. They don't expect much from him. And it is with that mindset that you see tomorrow they are going to be playing Hosko, Tosh, Lapa, Lulu, Checo. So he understands his supporters and he is acting towards what they will clap for him for. And hey, tomorrow we'll be very surprised. But that place, it will be jam-packed beyond capacity. It will be. But I mean, let me say this, right? The comeback of the CDC at this moment is not it is not an independent variable. It's a dependent variable. It is dependent on the success or failure of this current regime. My brother said it, and I will just echo it. JMB, I am sure in speech.
Oh, sorry.
If JMB fails, we will come back. We will definitely come back because so Nelson, we spoke about the margin. I know my brother Desmond, I mean, tried to make it sound beautiful. I don't want them to come back. And when we sit on here and say they will not come back, guess what? It makes us feel good. But that's not the reality. It's not.
Thank you.
It's not the reality. Like Vasco said, JMB is fading out of the scene. Let's be honest. Let's be realistic here. Who is the new guy or the new lady that we know from the UP that can put their hand up and beat Joria just based on popularity? Nobody.
Thank you.
Nobody.
Well, folks, we want to say it's been a great one. We want to say it's been a great one. We want to say it's been a great one. I'm sorry to say this will be the shortest show we've ever had. This will be the shortest show we've ever had. Tomorrow we'll be here. We hope to be here sooner. We hope to go longer, but tonight will be the shortest show due to some issues. The Ministry of Information has confirmed the yellow machine. They say it's on the machine, in actual face. Machine in the country. Vasco, 285 yellow machine. And that's not coming a year. We'll talk more on that tomorrow.
La machine pour eat.
Like red man eating beanie.
Now it's scary to go in the business of E-Road there, lose the entire Southeast.
Guys, I think we want to wrap up like this, man. It's been a great show. I really wish we had.
Well, we got time.
You won't be here, I'm I'll leave in Francis or to him, right?
No, I'm part of it because it's so disruptive. No.
Okay, let me leave
Francis, why you saying that?
I got it, Nelson. I got it.
Okay.
So Nelson, what are we doing?
So
Charles,
I think
bro. Just sit
Charles wanted to make an import. And Vasco wanted to make an import as well. After that, let's talk about the confirmation from the government of Liberia today about the yellow machine. Some of the machines are already in the country. What does it mean for this administration? Is yellow machine a guarantee for winning another election? The citizens, is this going to narrow the path to the presidency for them, the road to 2029? 19 of those machines, each county getting 19 yellow machine. So what is it? What enrichment are these machines coming to the country? Maybe those are the hard questions we need to be asking as well. How are these machines coming to the country? How is Liberia going to pay back? Well, is there any guarantee that this is not going to be like the Ito and Ipo map under the CDC government? Is there any reason why we should ask those critical questions? So, Ture, I gave it to you and the guys. I will join you guys very shortly. Yeah.
Okay. So gentlemen, this is what we're
Let's
gonna
see,
do.
can
All
we
right.
draw 1 or 2 seconds?
This is what we're gonna do.
Yeah, but it's all into raising now to real.
Look, man, we're not going back. We're not going back. We're
Ray
going
wanted to say
straight.
something. Okay, go ahead.
Vasco, my man, let go through this. All right. So we're gonna go straight to the yellow machine issue. Obviously, you know, we know very well when that whole yellow machine situation came about, we all had a position. I personally felt it was a PR disaster to begin with, but at least the ends always justify the means. So what say you, Francis? What is your position now that the government coming out that in fact the yellow machine thing is not a fiasco or any sort?
All right, so I will speak from the optimistic point of view where it arrived. Because for me, I've tried to hold myself. I've tried to hold myself from jumping or getting excited about anything under the administration so far when it comes to PR. Until I see those machines in the street going to other counties, I will reserve. But let me speak that when it comes. Because when that machine show up and they use it for the right reason, and they connect our people from the southeast with the rest of the country, CDC is a thing of the past. There will be professional opposition. Because let me tell you one thing, we can talk so and talk so. We say, oh, we all said here that if President Barker doesn't perform, there's a strong chance George Weah can come back. But if they fix that role, he flew over there in helicopter and told the people that 6 months of rain may not have fixed the boat. Will he forget that he was there for 5.5 years and there's 2 seasons in Liberia, rain season and dry season. So you have 5 dry seasons that he could use to fix the road. He do it. He said, "I more rain, may he fix it." But President Barker bring those yellow machine and take it to the country, and they fix the road. Why our people pregnant women not dying in ambulances because they're getting stuck in the mud like it happened in the last 6 years. The people, you don't have to go through Ivory Coast to get to the southeast when it rains. And the people can that drive. It take you, let us say, 12 hours to drive cross country from Maryland to Monrovia. And the people can take that goods from their villages to the road like it used to be. Let's see what will happen. The CDC will be professional critics in our country. And let me just shout out my brother T Sweet. I mean, bro, I hope you're feeling a lot better, man. I see you in the comment section there, man. You know, I mean, we can talk about what happened behind the scene, but thank God to see you on the computer right now. And I hope you are feeling much better.
Okay.
Thank you.
Charles, my man. Obviously, Liberia politics now it's all about opportunity and an advantage, right? Your pick 4 opposition take that and run with it. With a ruling party now that have had so many of a shortcoming in the inception of this leadership of President Joseph Numa Boakai. What the yellow machine that Nelson is not telling us now that is actually in the country that they are arriving. What does it do to the morale of this government?
So I have a different viewpoint when it comes to the yellow machine issues. First of all, I want us to look at the process or the processes leading to these yellow machines coming to our country, because we have laws that government needs to follow to do any concession or any kind of purchasing of anything for the country or for the government or whatever it means. We have not received any information in the first place as it relates to how this negotiation went on, what was the law that they follow, and all of these things. Again, what the company or the individual that is giving this machine, what they stand to achieve, that's another thing. The next issues, I heard people distributing machines already, 19 to each counties. The distribution process, in my mind, is not even fair. It's not even fair. That's another issue that I have.
And for me personally, I have not seen the machine. I've not seen it. I heard news that, oh yeah, yellow machine is at the port. The first time I heard a yellow machine was leaving from the port, Garrett didn't post that in, Mo Adi posted in, Patrick Honda posted in, oh, the yellow machine is in the country. At that point, it was Beer Mountain that was taking yellow machine to their company. Today, we are hearing yellow machine is at the port. Should I believe it? I have a question mark to that until I see the tangibles. I see the concrete evidence. With that, I'm also of the opinion that it is a very good thing for the country. It is a very good thing for the country. That's something that I welcome if it comes the right way and it is not at the detriment of the Liberian people. I welcome it. I know that it will help rehabilitate our roads. It will help, to get our goods from the village to the city. And, we'll have free access from one point to another. Things will move smoothly in our country. I encourage that. I'm in support of that. And so with that, I want to reserve all other comments till I can see the tangibles. But those questions need to be answered.
All right. Thank you so very much. That was you know what I mean? I like the fact that you went in depth with it. But look, I just want us to just talk about the morale, like, you know what I mean? Because I don't say, oh, that whole machine thing applied, that whole machine thing. But look, let me tell you this. My man, I'll come to you on Vasco. Desmond, look, at the end of the day, we have a country where every little thing that news, right? What do you make of this whole machine, the whole yellow machine thing? And I just want to talk about, I want you to talk about specifically the value that is going to actually add to JMB's morale, at least, because we know very well, from a PR standpoint, it has been a disaster for the last 6 months, or at least five months from everything that's been going on. What is your position on the whole yellow machine thing, and how are you feeling about it?
So first thing I would say, I'll give full disclosure. I was one of the proponents that was really worried about the details, right? The minutia, the who signed for it, who gave this one back. But then I'm a very introspective to where I think you know me. I like to question myself after I make statements.
That's right.
And looking back on it, I've come to the conclusion that me requiring documentation, who signed for it, who don't sign for it, I'm not a direct beneficiary, right? In a sense that as I'm a Liberian, if I go to Liberia once a year, the traffic, the road to the southeast will maybe be a place that I go. I can visit my grandfather's village and stuff like that. In that sense, I benefit, right? But when I think about the direct beneficiaries, the people that will be coming to the villages, the market with me, the other people, my concern isn't affected. Meaning that I'm talking about who signed a contract, what the constitution said with the contract, and blah, 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 blah. The senator then can say, well, in the budget, that on the line. Then the intendant say, well, in the budget. We will put $250 million still about our own money in the budget. So my concern for us, as it relates to accountability issue, that's where I stood before. But then when I thought about it in the interim, if JMB if 285 machines, I don't even say 285, I won't count up. Let these three counties get a machine. Let me just tell you. Grand Jida get one machine, get 19 machine. Maryland get 19 machine. Nimakande get 19 machine. The three counties get 19 machine. The reason why I mentioned 2 from the southeast, to take away from CDC. If these machines come to Liberia, the direct effect of it will be a hole in Georgia pocket. You know what I said when we asked in Liberia, when Twitter came from Singapore and signed Ito and Igbo math. I was sitting there with some older person. He's a representative, Musa Hassan Bilede, were in a gathering. This guy said, if we are connection River Cess to Maryland, he can be president for 20 years. That's a direct effect. I don't care what everything happens around him. Doesn't really, like right now, you can look at Rwanda. I guess I'm diverting. If you go to look at Rwanda, right, they can say, oh, that democracy really doesn't exist and But guess what? The same people that can say the the UK went and signed a deal with Kagame to house the immigrants there. The reason why that happens is the direct benefits of what happens. So, like you said, Ture, if this machine comes, the morale and the effect of this machine in Liberian politics is astronomical, right? And I don't want to do if like a CDG and running for president. The CDG is saying they will become president if JMB fails. What kind of political strategy is that? I would depend on my opponent to fail for me to win.
Right.
The if. But yeah, once the machine land, to answer your question, if these machines land in the country, all the only effect would be because JMB not running again. If this machine land in the country, it has to be a consolidation of the people that currently run this government. The Yomli Kanga, the Jeremiah Combs come together, had a conglomerate to form one unified group with one person that lead the group. They win the election they win the next election. But if they splinter around, then that's a different thing. Because like my Francis said, CDC has a cult. So they don't care whether the men do good, the men do good. Why the president can reshuffle government. Because it's all cult systems.
So. All right. Thank you, Desmond. Rudolph, my man. Look, at the end of the day, I know very well you are a partisan. We just support the United Party. But all right. So you're not a partisan. He just support the party. But look, Rudolph, I mean, what does this do to the whole atmosphere in the country, especially for the people in the eastern part? What does it do?
First of all, let me clear the air first. I hold no membership to any political party. I do not support any political party. I supported JMB because of the man he is. I believed in him. I believe in his vision and mission for Liberia. That's why I supported him. My support is not concrete with the UP because my support was for JMB. Coming to the next election, I mean, nobody has my support unless I see who is fit to get it. So how be it? Let's move forward. Also, Ture, I would also like to address the statement when you said that it has been disastrous. I mean, I think that would be a bit too presumptuous to say because there have been wins in as much as we can point out missteps. There have been some good things happening too. So, but one of the problems that we have faced for a long time is this issue with market. I mean, one of the major components that hinders us from feeding ourselves is the issue of road. The problem has not really been that we don't have much farmers in like the hinterlands. We have people making farms, but statistics have proven that about 70% of their produce get rotten on the road from where they farm or harvested to come to the city to sell. That takes away a lot of food from the market, and the 30% that come in, the prices are very high, and our people cannot afford them. So these machines, if they will be used for the right purposes, this is a very, very, big boost for the UP government and for JMB specifically. And, unlike my brother Desmond said, that, because he is not a direct beneficiary, unlike you, Desmond, I will still question some level of the legality, because you see this has been the issue of our country. It has been our problem for a very long time. We gravitate very fast towards instant glory, and then we tend to forget about the outcome in the near future. For me, and I'll be open to it, if these machines are causing us now or in the near future more than we will benefit from it, I don't want it. So that is why I think it is crucial enough for this government to come to us open and tell us how they got it, how they were procured. Because this government came to power on the back of accountability, transparency, and all of those nice and very sophisticated words. So when we are watching them, we want to see them live what they told us they would be living. It's not just about machine. Of course, I mean, I'm a Liberian. I want to see people moving back and forth. I want to see produce coming to the city in as little as 5 hours, wherein they will still be in their best stages. I want to see that. Market women want to see that roads are paved wherein they can make more money to send their kids to school. We all want to see that. But how much does it hurt us? It's also very important. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Rudolph. Make your own, man. Look, at the end of the day, it's like, let me give you the analogy, right? A person with a very bad, severe credit, right? The credit is so bad. What that man or woman has to lose when someone is willing to offer them, you know what I mean, any sort of a loan. You know what I mean? We know very well our roads are bad. But what's the risk? What's the risk for 282 or 81 machine? What's the risk, brother? Go ahead, man. Take it away.
Well, thank you, Turi. Well, Liberia, first of all, we are still way underdeveloped. And being a road construction engineers in America here, because that's the work that I do, bringing those machines to Liberia, first of all, it raised like a good eyebrow. That means the government is thinking on something positive for Liberia, because road connectivity in any developed country in the world is what made that country. We all live in America. We see how the road connectivity in America is. Every corner you go in, there's another road that links you to another place. And with that, economy move freely. And things happen for the country. People life develops. Even the job thing we're talking about, government can create, people will create their own job. If I can go Grand Gita and plant cassava farm and bring it down to Monrovia to sell, this is the thing that create jobs. But the main things about the bringing the yellow machine is it. I will give example. It should not be like Joshua building hospital in Liberia, where there's no doctor, there's no good nexus, there's no caretaker of the hospital. We can't just be building hospital while we ain't got no trained doctor, while we ain't got no trained nexus. People stay dying at the same rate without a hospital, no medicine, nobody to take care of it. Government don't pay attention to it. It's waste of people resources. It waste of the country resources. It waste of everybody time, because we don't just be building buildings all over the place and nobody there to take care or nobody to utilize what we got. I said that to say, bringing this machine to Liberia, first of all, we commend the government for that. That's a good step they took. But the machine should not just come, sit on Broad Street or sit somewhere in Lofa County or Banga, wherever you want to put it, sit there for us to just eat it, listen there until it vanish, or until it just sit there for the rest of eternity. And we just be making the noise until no good result. First of all, the first thing Liberia start doing right now is start training your engineer, start training your technicians for those things, for the very thing that you're bringing the machine for, so the machine can be utilized by the country, so we can get some result while the machine were brought to this country. Because we work up, that's a good thing. We all gotta be happy when things is happening for the country, especially road connectivity. That's what bring Liberia to some level of face to face with other countries in the world. Do you understand? So it's a good idea. Let's embrace it. Let's encourage the government to do that. I know other people been concerned about how the machine will first of all purchase, how it coming to Liberia. These are very good questions. Anything the government do for their people should not even be a secret. But let's forget that just close our live left out only for now. It will come. We all will know how it get there. If somebody behind it will see
that's how the trouble grows, my man.
Okay,
but the thing is, it's not just Even if somebody behind the machine, we haven't seen the person yet, and the machine being put to use, the good road going from Monrovia to Grand Gita to Sando and wherever, Maryland. You understand? 2 lane or 5 lane roads, 4 lane road. People moving back and forth. No pregnant woman dying in Hammond by the roadside because they can't get to Zeju City or Ganta
Thank
or
you,
somewhere
sir.
to go to. So these are things I'll be looking at. If the man who get a machine come, it's a different issue. Liberia got laws. Liberia got labor law. Liberia got regulations. Liberia got this. Liberia got that. That's why our people need to start working. The representative, the senator, our justice system, our labor law. If those people can, I mean, you gave her the machine. Yes, these are what we get on our board. This is what you're gonna go through.
Okay.
You're not just
All
gonna
right,
give
brother. Let we there for now, man. Let we there for now.
The man is
Let we there
firing.
for now. Thank you very much. So basically, if I took anything away from your position, is the fact that the benefit outweigh whatever the procurement process was. But anyway, we will come back to you. Vasco, I don't know if you really have the balls to even have a spin on this, because obviously your government came with a very ambitious kind of attitude towards roads. Your government came up, President. We are talking about the coastal highway. I don't know how that panned out, but anyway, you will still have your spin on this. But what do you have to make of the whole yellow machine situation now that the machines are rolling in? Obviously, Nelson, I don't know if you have any sort of if you have any sort of doubt about Nelson reporting, but Nelson just told us that the yellow machine has started showing face. So what is your position, Vasco?
All right, man. Thank you, Ture. And let me say, Rudolph, man, you and Charles, you already spoke some of the stuff that was on my mind, so I won't go way back. Look, yellow machine coming to the country to help our people face rules and other things. It's not a bad thing. Nobody will be against it. I won't sit down here and tell you, say, I'm against yellow machine coming to the country. But the question you should be asking yourself, Mama Ability is a businesswoman. This is the woman that went and negotiated. And the machine get 2 different statements. Baka said that one of a partner gave the machine to him. And Mama Ability told her during the retreat that we're already finished arranging for the machine. Do we know if those machines are coming to our country, they are old machines? To get 285 brand new machine is not a small thing. Do we know the condition of this machine? That is why when government is trying to go through this kind of initiative, there is procedures you have to pass through. Today, you see the lawmakers sitting on the washing. And we're hearing the machine already in the country. Then the next step now, they're about to start calling people who are responsible to go and explain. Give me chair, man. You already not talk.
Go ahead, Vasco. Go ahead.
But brother, the speaker will not come to you. This is something that the government trying to bring in. Okay? There is procedure. You got to go through the PPCC. You got to go through all that of stuff. We have to know the kind of machine that coming to the country. The same thing you're doing with the boss.
I guess the deputy speaker that you pissed too.
Desmond, let
brother,
you are hard
the speaker, the deputy speaker,
go ahead,
they have their turn. They have their turn. Their time coming when the coming start calling the public, when minister calling everybody, they have the coming start. They're about to tell you, we want to know the source of this machine, how you got this machine. Look, when why this government has said there will be no business as usual, my people. Why are they behaving to us like this? Why? Why are you hiding? And you want to do something good for the Liberian people? There shouldn't be secret or hiding things. You want to bring bosses a good thing. Because the things that the people bring into the country, they are all rotten things. And they want to generate money. Now they're looking for $60 million put in front for the machine. Do we know that good machine? Or when somebody just talk their trash, then they say, send it that bureau, and get one come here, they call that bureau, then where all the trash can go. Just put on the shit, you just send it there. 250, and the negotiation already went through. Those people need $60 million before they can release the first batch of machine. Like those ratty bosses that are coming from Ghana. Few people just got in front of something trying to get money because they know that the president we got right now, anything you tell him, why he will just go back. Anything you tell the president, why he will just go back. Remember, I better say, oh, Papa, I get one of my friends who want to give up 285 brand new machines so we can fit the road. He said, but there you come. The bosses, the same OT. So, Toure, look, what you're doing to our country, don't forget, they get the IMF watching you. Their report will be coming out. They got all our international monetary fund watching you. Our government cannot run like this. It happened during the CDC time. You know what happened? When the Ito and I know Iboma deal came out here, every one of you here was saying the same thing. Though the people that all pass through the referral procedure and this and that, the company don't even exist until that stuff was canceled. So today you see people sitting here and jubilating for 285 machines and 300 buses. You don't know the status of these things that come into your country, but you're embracing it. So what is the change, my people?
All right, Vasco, thank you.
So what is the change?
Can I have 10 seconds, Suri, please?
Thank you very much. So,
can I have 10 seconds?
My man, but we're
Vasco,
not.
you spoke for 5 minutes, Vasco.
Vasco, you not just speak about.
10
You
minutes.
spoke for 5 minutes, Vasco.
All right, finish out 20 seconds. Go ahead, Vasco.
Okay, so look, I want to finish like this. All the initiatives are all good initiatives for the country. But I think that something wrong with the people in the government. Because I'm hearing they want to put $60 million for yellow machine. And I want to say something. I'm not an engineer. Those roads are in the southeast, all the bad roads in Lofa County. The way it's raining right now, you cannot put yellow machine under that rain to say the facing road will damage the road more. They will damage the road more because there is mud. So the yellow machine you're bringing, no yellow machine, they will only be able to operate doing what? The dry season to maybe spread the road. And when the rain come again, it will damage the whole road. So why all people need what job we have started road going to how you call the place, to the border and other place? $60 million. It can push some of the road if we pavement. We can pave the road.
This is one of the
yellow machine.
Thank you very much, Vasco. Thank you very much.
Sorry, can I have 10 seconds? Yeah.
Rudolph, 10 seconds. Go ahead.
Yeah. I will even be very quick. So, it's just to address people who are saying, the people who are in the villages, they will not be as critical as you guys are. They will not care about these things. They will be happy. That is very true. But the sole essence of exposure, be it through education or experience, is to see things differently or deeper than what those who haven't been opportune to have such exposure will see it as. So when we come on here, it's our job not to look at it like them, but from a broader perspective and go deeper. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Francis, go ahead.
Yeah, you see, so now we got people that can do perfect key math that want to operate in the conversation. Why inform the government that we need 285 machine like here, Saki brother on the platform here, talking about a rain season, what 285 machine. We know right now our country is rain season, but unlike your president that didn't know that rain season can end and dry season can come, when this machine come, it will sit there. It will wait. When it's appropriate to fix the road, they will fix the road. Our country road need to be fixed, not just the highway, but the roads in the counties and things like that. But you see, I can see my brother, they're fighting. We all know the law, our do nothing lawmakers over there. Yes, I want them to do their job and dig deeper and find out what it costs in our country to get those machines. But they're in panic mood right now. I'm not speaking as if to say the machine, yeah, God will know, they need a part of administration, they can bad PR. They can just say stuff, they don't even say, when they negotiating, they say, yeah. But I want to see this thing plowing in the street, going to the different counties, because they are panicking right now. They know that once they southeastern up, okay, they don't have to use boat to cross the river or go through Ivory Coast. They know that they have no leverage anymore. Where is done, they might go sit down in Anglican church and just shut the door.
Thank you very much,
Francis.
Francis.
Over for them.
Thank you very much, Francis. Yeah, Charles, go ahead. 10 seconds. 20 seconds. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I just want to buttress my brother comment as it relates to people in the comment sections.
Which one of your brothers?
Randolph.
Oh, okay.
So
Rudolph.
Rudolph. All right. So to budget Rudolph's comment, right? People in the comment section saying if it will cost us Wodogisi Mountain. I read that and it was so funny to me. If it will cost us Wodogisi Mountain, we should set it twice. But here's the thing.
I think he was just
today we are saying that, right? And we also blaming this government for some things that's going on in Liberia. There are some concessions agreement that our government signed. It was some of them was signed during any time. But it's affecting us today. It's affecting us today. The Bear Mountain situation, Firestone, rubber plantation, their contract, their concession, their agreement that they signed that having effect on us today. And so the fact that we are here discussing these things, we don't want it to happen that today the next generation after us will start to pay for something that we created. And so we are looking at it from a point wherein if these machines will cost us more than what we're benefiting from the machines, there's no need. And that's the reason why we need all of the right things to be done. Again, if it's coming the right way, it's in the interest of the country. We all want it. We all want to see our road paved and good. But if it's coming in some kind of fragile form that is not in the interest of the country, that will cost us more tomorrow, there's no need. Okay, and that's just all I was saying.
Thank you. Desmond, let's go, brother. 20 seconds. You're muted.
So for me, what I would say is this, right? I know 20 seconds here mean 2 minutes, but I mean just give my 20 seconds. But for my 20 seconds would be like this, right?
That's where you get problem.
I mean, like I'll pass it over.
Yeah, you got serious problem.
You're taking my 20 minutes, my 20 seconds away.
When I start timing you now, Desmond, and you start complaining. Go ahead.
I opened my put foot inside just now. What I did.
Let me make my
point. You see the thing, right? My brother Vasco, you can chew gum and walk at the same time. But the only reason why you can chew gum and walk at the same time because they culture nature. Eaton and Able Math had a government signature to acquire loan anywhere they wanted to go for 4 years before it got canceled. 4 years. Everybody in Liberia was excited. They sent it to the House of Representatives. They couldn't sign that bill fast enough to get that thing. Even after the father got brother went over the company in the mall, they showed it now that when it still signed it over. Right? The point I'm making here is this. I understand, Rudolph, I was the same place with you. Charles, I'm at the same place with you. Right? But I also have to put myself, me personally, in the shoes of the people there. Right? And when I calculate my livelihood and I think about what my future is going to be, I don't see myself living in Grand Judea or Maryland or Betu, where my grandfather from in Grand Creek County. I don't see that. But I understand the effect of roads. So I have to calculate. I have to take a step back and say, yes, I want these regulatory accountability things to happen. Yes, I want that to happen. And I also know from this government behavior, that's giving us accountability as opposed to the last one. I used to say, you know what, I couldn't speak for the Liberian people. They asked me, I want to talk to the airport when I land. Right? We had a very good trip. We not come back. We're not talking again. Let me tell you something I said on the last show, I'll say again. This is a president that was, his time he had to go to work. Right? They went to him, it was 10 o'clock in the morning. He said, Mr. President, we got to go to work. I'm talking about George. Yeah. They said, we have to go to work 10 o'clock. He said, I'm coming. The minute went 11 o'clock. 11:30, when the president told the security guys, he said, my man, yo, where that traffic going on before I go to work? Does the president get wait for traffic? President don't wait for traffic because the lack of intelligence or the ability to do the people work was so far away from Georgia that why today the CDC people going out tomorrow to have to play touch and horoscope? Because it's all about fanfare.
Get on there 20 minutes.
Yeah. It's about fanfare, not productivity.
20 minutes too.
20 seconds, 20 minutes.
Okay, I'm done now. The machine,
go ahead.
These machines going to come to the country. It's hard for me right now. It will be rude on my part. It will be disingenuous on my part to make the whole thing about the process when I'm seeing what the machine's going to do in the end. Sometimes you got to crack a few eggs to make cakes, bro. I'm just saying.
Bro. Thanks, bro.
Are we taking calls?
Make it one. I mean, want to go? I mean, I can put my number up, Nelson, if you want us to do that.
Yeah, you can put your number also with taking calls.
Yeah, let Vasco and Megan do their 20 seconds each. Then we'll go to the line. Go ahead, brother Megan. Go ahead.
Well, I just wanted to correct Vasco on something. You know, Liberian people, we got the headquarters. We got a propensity of misusing words. Vasco, people don't build roads in rain. That's not anything. Anybody the world, anybody do that.
So
but the thing is,
what your correction now?
Your correction, he said, oh, the poor won't build the road. The rain are coming. Let's see what the yellow machine will go do. Well, the yellow machine put dust on the road, but then the rain come there, the dust all on the road, then muddy again. No, people don't build roads in rain. Number one. Number two is we misuse the words the paving the road. Why they just greater in there? Listen now, my man, don't cut me off. All right, let me do my 20 seconds. We misuse the word pave road when people just making pathway for car to get to where to get to come back. President Bouaka then bringing this machine to pave road in Liberia, rain will not be your problem. The road will be paved. People got access to where they need to go. And whether rain comes, sunshine, it will not be a problem because the road will be paved at the appropriate time when the sun is up. And whether rain come after that, you will not have problem with it. So that just want to make that correction. So what they can be doing right now is not paving road. It's just greater in the road for people to get to point A to point B. Paved road is not that. Paved road comes with everything.
Correcting me.
Remember, Vasco, you will get a time. Wait for the man.
Just jump in, man.
But let you start saying correcting me.
But bro, you were just saying right now the person to go pave the road, the rain coming. What do they do? The yellow machine will go back. No, but that's that statement you made that the yellow machine will not be working in the mud. And the yellow machine will go back. Of course, it will back after the rainy season before they start. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say.
All right, Vasco, go ahead. 20 seconds. Then we'll go to the full line.
You wait. Okay. Thank you. Look, this is a serious show. Okay. The day we ready to have comedy, maybe we'll take one day to have comedy there. My brother Desmond can come and be doing a comedy thing here all the time. Yeah, we tired hearing that one story. Somebody say, John, we are that. No, who would believe that kind of thing talking? We're on a public radio. So I need to stop. Look, I said something here, and my brother tried to misquote me what I said. I said, I know very well, if your government won't fix the road, they got a lot of companies in the country that same company that have been fixing the road there. They got the equipment. But the purpose of you bringing the machine, because you're thinking that the way the Southeast road can be bad, even during the dry season, that the road can be bad. No. The Southeast road always terrible during the rain. And during the dry season, it's pliable. People can work on it. So the way the road rotting right now, even when you bring out your 285 machine, you cannot put it in a motor to work. That's what I said you can build road.
But who does that?
But that's what I say. So now, in the dry season run for like almost 6 months. So what is the rush? Why you really want proof?
You need to put a number up. Because the Liberian point
important. your 285 machine will not fail no road during the rain season.
All right, Vasco, thank you.
The machine is coming to wait
guys.
until the
Now-
process can start. So what the problem
Now
with
we're
it?
heading for the
Whether
full
it
line.
comes January, it comes
Bringing the
September, it
machine
comes
to
July.
wait,
What I want that
Vasco,
and the machine is coming. Let me in now. And the machine is coming to wait. Then you still got time. You're not in rush.
Vasco,
go through the normal process so that the people can understand how you bring in the machine. That way you see the machine. Nobody happy for the machine.
All right, Vasco, thank you very much. All right, guys, let's head to the phone line. The number to call obviously is right there. If you just go on my name tag there, you see my number is right up there, 267-648-9692, 267-648-9692. George Wheeler, you can take my number from there, my brother. Yeah, go ahead, and have your say, man. Call and have your say on any of the topics discussed tonight. So yeah, 267-648-9692. All right, we have our first caller. Nancy, are you saying something?
No, go ahead. You have a call that you can take a call.
Hello, caller.
You want to put your phone on speaker, Ray?
Yeah. Alfred Cornwall is calling from Iowa. Yeah, Alfred, go ahead, brother. What's your say?
Thank you so much. I wish I was there on the show tonight to kind of join the conversation as it relates to this whole halabalo around this yellow machine thing. I think I was one of those panelists who said that I was going to hold my peace with regards to any conversation regarding this machine. Okay. Considering that now we are confident to say that the JMB government is bringing in infrastructure equipment that will lift our people out of poverty with regard to the construction of roads and in the area of agriculture. I think that's something that is commendable. What we are asking for now is this transparency around this yellow machine. And if the president is committed to the rule of law, to transparency and accountability, and tell us exactly the circumstances surrounding this machine, I think it will be a good thing. Again, what I want to say to our people from the Sakimo team, for 178 years, our country have lived in abject poverty. What we need to do now is to refrain ourselves from this, politics, and kind of come together as a people to report Joseph Wada on the line to tell exactly what his vision is for Liberia in terms of infrastructure.
All right, thank you.
That's the issue right now. So for me, I hope I will be on the show tomorrow to join the conversation and make our point. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Alfred.
Okay, Ture, I have a call here. George is on the line.
All right, go ahead, Nelson.
Hello, George, go ahead. You're live.
Yeah, hello, Nelson. Thank you. Look, man, thank you to all the panelists. I think everyone is doing their best, but I just feel that the argument is one-sided.
Hold on a second, yeah.
I see our line there, Desmond is trying to be, I don't know both sides or what he's doing, but here's the thing, right? I think this whole rush for yellow machine and buses is going to cost this government a lot. There is no reason why they're in a hurry to bring yellow machines. What informed the yellow machine? Is it yellow machine that can fix rule? Where is the technician? Where are the people? Is it the government is going to use the yellow machines to fix the rules? Public works have never fixed rules. Public works hires companies that fix rules. Like you see now, the $22 million, it did not go into government covers, it went into private sector cover. So why is government bringing 285 yellow machines? So now we want to make sure now that all the road building in Liberia will be done by public works. That is impossible. People need to think about these things before they do things. Because look, civil engineering is not political science. It's not a betting game. Civil engineering is exact. People have to be trained. It takes years to train these people up to make sure that they can operate these machines.
So Josh, as an engineer, don't you think that in the case where the government has her own machines, is going to cut down in terms of the cost. How much government spends on the construction of these roads?
Nelson, that is a long-term plan. Strategic plan, okay, it's going to cut down for in 2050, it's going to cut down costs. But now, as we speak, we need contractors who are already trained, who got their companies in Liberia to be empowered to do the work. Give them the contracts. Instead of spending $60 million for the machine that will come and sit down, and then you spend another 2-3 years to train the people that are going to use the machines. It's a complete waste of resources. I don't know who informed these people, but because they want to make political points, because they know that they cannot overcome those being by CDC, so they are trying to make sure that they make some sensational things that people will be carried away by. It's not possible. If you go to Grand Crew now, where I come from, or Maryland, where I grew up, you will find that you will not find these people that will go to operate 13 machines to do what?
Thank you.
We got contractors in the country who are trained to fix roads. Let empower them, give them the contract to make sure that they fix our roads. Instead of bringing yellow machine and bringing 300 buses that they cannot even plow the street of Monrovia alone. You put 300 buses in Monrovia, you will not have anywhere for any taxi to pass. So they could just find something to do. It's really embarrassing.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Nancy, I got one caller here. Caller, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is SK. Yeah, man. I know, sometimes I get really confused when I hear people in the battle speaking because it just made me fall asleep. I think CDC needs to find out somebody much better, more intellectual than Vasco, because Vasco is a lot of confusing things. Sometimes when he's talking, I feel like I'm up, I'm down. Even the last time my phone even fell from my hand, my phone broke. So Vasco, please.
But man, leave Vasco alone, man. Just get your point, man. Leave Vasco alone. Your phone, so Vasco talking, your phone drop out of your head, crack. Is that what you saying?
Yeah, my phone screen broke, my man. Because the guy coming confused, I couldn't understand nothing he was saying.
Go ahead,
man. I'm happy that the government is bringing a machine. It's going to be a help to Liberia and the Liberian citizens. Thank you.
Thank you very much, brother. Thank you for your contribution. Yeah. All right. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Again, man, call and have your say 267-648-9692, 267-648-9692. Go and have your say. What do you make of the yellow machine?
Can I respond to George, please? If a call comes, you can interrupt me when a call comes. Yeah, so George made a comment here. He said, I'll be in old folks' home soon. It's a problem that, that's just his personal thing. The thing, what George is saying is the way he wants the government to work and how the government should work. You notice he said when he asked about when Nelson pushed back on the cutting down of costs if government owned this machine. George never had a negative. He just says long-term savings plan with no facts behind it. He just said 2060 saving plan. I don't know what the government.
Okay, let me interrupt you a bit and bring in this caller.
Sure.
Your name and where you call from, sir?
Yeah, Nelson, how you doing, man? You guys can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is Sam. I'm calling from Australia.
Okay.
I'm following the show, and the brother that left the land not too long that talked about the government bringing in machines is a waste of time. These are some of the people who got in Liberia that need to think twice. And here is another thing the government can do. If you listen to the public works minister, he said the guys that were giving the contract to fix the IRA road, they were trained, but they never had the equipment, and they had some limitation when it comes to fixing Alpha pavement road. Now, this is another thing the government can do. The government will bring those machines in, and there can be certain percentage taken off the amount that would be required to build the roads, and those guys can still use the government equipment, and it will cut down costs. You see, sometimes some of these guys, they are not innovative, and that's one of the big problems we face in that country. Let me tell you, my brother, they take 30 days to train someone on any of those machines. Okay, I'm a former workplace coach. I train people on a lot of machines in warehouses and stuff. It takes you 30 days. That person will be able to get there. Now, why do we need a machine? We need a machine because JMB is trying to bring back the similar system that they had during the Doe and the Turbo era. The road were not paved, but there were limited damaged roads in the country. Every county is going to have a piece of machine, and there are people in those counties can be trained, and those machine can be stationed locally
that there can be a quick intervention. Forget about fixing road. What's about water flow? If they want to clean what's about cleaning little areas or fixing little stuff? The machine can be used. The government is in no error. I agree they should follow the process. We all won, and this is the only thing I agree with the sedition. We voted for JB. We want him to do the right thing. Unlike them, they never had the courage to look at we are in the face and tell him this is wrong, do the right thing.
Thank you.
They saw him like a demigod. So
Thank
the
you.
brother that just got and said the machine a waste of time, my brother, sorry, it's not a waste of time.
Thank you. Thank you.
I want the government to follow the right process, but those machines are needed in Liberia.
Thank you.
Thanks for the time, my brother.
Okay. So, Ture, I think we can do our closing now because unless if you have a
I think that's fair. No, I don't have any call on who here. I think that's fair.
Since I was speaking, let me just close real quick, man.
Yeah, close on that, then we just do our closing.
Yeah. So you see what George said when George said, "Oh, you're gonna bring the people, then you'll take 2 years."
I still went to change and come back. See the man finish changing.
but you have no mail.
No man, that's it.
Yeah. So like George said that the people can just they will take time to hire these people and train them. You know what's funny about that? All you have to do, if this show started with one thing: public sector don't pay their employees for 5 months. So what the government can do, essentially, take the employees from these contractors. Number one, because they don't have contracts. We all know it's the laws of capitalism. You don't have contracts, you don't have paychecks, you don't have employees. The people that have contracts and employees will be the government at that point in time. So sourcing labor for these machines would be tremendous or hard in a sense, in a fact, because there'll be more machines and more jobs in more counties, right? We understand one thing: Monrovia is too small for everybody being Monrovia. 19 machines to every county, right? If you talk about an 8-hour shift or a 16-hour shift, you're talking about running 9 times. You get 2 people on a machine. That's how many jobs? You're talking about 38 jobs, right? In a county that's going to put revenue in people's pocket, and we know one person get a job in Liberia, that's 7 other families eating from it. So the effect is tremendously great, right? When George is talking about, they could just get a contract to other people, George, your company in Liberia, where you get a machine to your money, your little company will not grow. My brother, me who you're for they're not happening. Nobody giving you a contract. Yeah, they're not happening. So start talking about people being old and young. Forget about my hands. Talk about yourself.
All right, Desmond. Okay, that's it, guys. Let's draw the curtain down on tonight's program. Let's go through our closing. Nelson, what are we doing? 2 minutes, 5 minutes, or what?
No, let's do 1 minute each, man.
All right, I just messing with you. So yeah, let's go through 1 minute. Let's start with Vasco. Man. Vasco, do your closing. Can we complain again? Why did you go first?
No, bro, I'll complain. I already want to sleep.
Go ahead.
When you elect an old man that don't have the strength,
can one of you mute your phone, please?
To think, don't have that strength to know what is right and what is wrong. But you have people that are thinking for him how to run his government. These are some of the things you're going to get. I mean,
no, but Vasco, what kind of strength you need to think? What kind of strength you need to be able to think? What the energy? Is it a muscle you need to think or what?
Thinking needs strength, Nelson. Thinking not just something, just saying a thinking. First of all, thinking you have to meditate, it requires different things, Nelson.
No, I could just suffer last things here.
So let me tell you, this is what you get if you elect an old person. Look, like I said, the machine sound good though. It sounds very good. But pretty soon, if that's true, because I don't believe anything about the machine. If that's true, the machine coming. Then I'm asking myself, just asking myself, what the impact of this machine during the rainy season? And I hear somebody talking about road. Do you think those machine are don't bringing? The machine that just that because all the machine are coming is just the identical machine, one set of machine are what they bringing. They ain't get different type of machine what the people use on the road.
No, Vasco, that's not the case.
No, that's what I saw.
The things are the equipment is referred to as earth moving equipment. So it includes even the dump truck that you can use to when the cat take the stuff, all of that. Everything.
That's it. Another way, they say air moving machine. I looking at it and I saw the video. The one member it's just a late. Next time come to show you play that video. All that video, the machine in that video that the one that just go dig the ground and they know that the one I know of. That's what I saw. That all in that something there. And when you bring in those kind of machine to the country, somebody say, "Oh, there should be the machine that run to the company so you can reduce the workforce and from the companies so government can be able to take care of it." This is wrong. That machine coming, it might not have much impact. It only have impact in dry season. And I know the reason why you're bringing that machine. If you have $60 billion to get to the people, you can take that $60 billion and give to Chico. And no Chico can build 30 kilometers of road with that $60 million.
Thank you.
They can start from where and the CDC government stop the road. Because the CDC government already had a contract going all the way to the border in Ivory Coast. And that making no sense. $60 million machine, why you can take the $60 million and give it to people to do work on the road.
All right, Vasco, thank you very much.
No matter what kind of way you do on that road, it will never be fixed until we poke.
That's not gonna be body.
All right, Vasco, thank you very much. 1 minute exhausted.
You rushing for you can talk about that.
Let's go, brother. 1 minute. Do your close. Let's keep it moving, bro.
Well, man, thank you for the show. It's been a good show. I just want to say thank you to the people in the comment section. You guys are way here to put on the right path. That's great. But you started the conversation with the people who went to demonstrate and burn down property in Liberia. I think yesterday or today. But to be honest with you, people take advantage of people in Liberia all the time, and it will continue to live like that and keep doing business as usual. You don't expect people to keep living like that and be happy with it. The people that are in position that's supposed to be responsible for people's well-being in that country, they don't care. And that's the bad way to govern. That's the bad way to be in leadership. That's a bad way to look at any human being from any standpoint. That should not be encouraged. That should not be something that we even got to go after. Although what it did was, it was just, they were mad. You can't talk to somebody who in that angry mood to control and say after this while. So although it's not good to bring down property, there's different way they can do it, but I guess they try the best way possible. It didn't work. Now coming to the yellow machine team, they do that call on their phone talking about government bringing yellow machine, wasting your time, blah blah blah. I know sometimes when people making point they can think. Liberia as a country, how many engineering company do you have there? How many of them? What kind of equipment do they have? We don't even have the company in there. We don't have the people, even if they're there. How many equipment they have for building road from Ganta to Grand Gita there with all the bar, bridges and everything that along the way. So if the government bringing machine to Liberia, it's something that we all got to embrace and make sure our crowd should be, this machine got to come the right way. Let the negotiation, but this machine be okay. So it can do work for this country. Even if we hire a foreigner or people, company around the world to come, we can tell them, say, listen, we got this machine, we got this equipment, you can get 30% percentage of the thing. And they don't have to transport all that equipment to bring it down and transport it, but they will be losing money. But if you have it there, they could rent it from you too. That's business. So I don't know when people looking at things, how they can just look at it from blind perspective You got to open your mind when you're discussing national issues, not just look at it from your one standpoint. I'm not talking to you, my brother. I'm talking about the caller that call that was making that noise. No, you thought you long, you got to miss my time over, you sick. But to be on a serious note, President Bouaka is doing the right thing to bring those machines to Liberia. It will help our country if they use for the intended purpose. It should not be like Georgia Hospital, like I said. Don't pack it and get rusted for nothing. Use it, train people, train technicians, train people who will use the machine, train people to be able to do the work. That's all we need.
Thank you.
I'm in there.
Thank you. Charles, go ahead, brother. Go ahead with 1 minute.
Let me say thank you to all of our people in Radio Land, our people in the comment sections. We want to say thank you for being here. Thank you for everything you do in the background for Liberia. But let me recognize one serious issue, and it has to do with election and after elections. I believe we are done with elections, and everybody in our country, we are all Liberians. There's something that today we dodged. I don't know whether it was a smart attempt by Nelson to dodge it, but the issue about LBS denying the CDC jingles to be played on the public radio.
Well, we discussed that issue last night.
Okay. I didn't take a. I don't know, but I think we were waiting to hear the actual jingles play. I don't think we discussed it in depth, but that that jingle, I think the LBS boss, Honorable Eugene Falcon, I think he's in error, in my opinion, by denying the people jingle to be played. But again, let me go to the issues. The issue about our brothers and sisters that went on protest. I think they deserve whatever money they work for. And it has become a habit in our country now that certain group of people who feel that they have authority, they can use that authority to abuse our people. And that behavior is not fair to Liberians. You cannot be in your own country and be living as slave to foreigners. And so with that, I stand with my opinion that the actions, in no way it was 100% correct, but again, the actions were in the right directions to demand their earned benefits from their company. To the issue about yellow machines, again, I want to make this clear. I'm not here for Unity Party. I'm not here for CDC. I'm here for Liberia. And I will say it the way I see it and the way I think about it, the way I know it's supposed to be. The yellow machine process is not a wrong thing. It's good for our country. We appreciate it. But my problem is that it should pass through the right channel. Procurement should be done the proper way. We should also distribute those machines to counties, like I heard people talking about 19 going around. It should be distributed to counties fairly. I don't think 19, the number 19 across the board is fair. Another point I have is that I heard and I've seen people posting. Senator Darius Dillon posted Beer Mountain yellow machines, claiming to be the government yellow machine that was previously announced. Mo Ali, Patrick Honda, and some other folks from the government. The machine that they were masquerading with, it was all of VLA. It was not the machines for our country.
It was beer malting machines that they were taking to their company. And with that, I stand with an opinion that I want to see the tangibles. I want to see the tangibles, and then I can now come back here and give an applaud to the government. And again, the decision of bringing yellow machine, like everyone said, is a very good thing, but let us pass through the right process. We don't want to reap something today and pay more for it tomorrow. So with that, I want to say thank you to everyone. Thank you to our people in Radio Land, and thank you for having me on this platform today.
Thank you. All right, from Francis, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll be. Thanks folks for watching. It's very concerning when we have our brothers and sisters, our brothers coming on, some calling to say, "Oh, we don't have engineers and stuff in our country who will use those machines." I mean, I know our picking when the war came, but I never one day heard our people were traveling through Ivory Coast and other places to get to the southeast, and I never heard that. The rain season, cars were getting stuck in the mud. People couldn't travel throughout the country. People were traveling throughout the country. And how were those roads maintained? Those roads were not paved with asphalt and all these things. Those roads were dusty roads, but they were maintained. So all year long, from January 1st to December 31st, people used to drive throughout the country. And that was possible because of maintenance. So when these machines, if these machines come to Liberia, when they get there, they'll be used for maintenance too. We hope that we can bring our country into the modern era by paving all of our highways and things like that. But if it doesn't happen that way in this administration, those machines can be used for maintenance. We have engineers over there, and we have people that can be trained to use those machines. So right now, CDC, they're in panic mode. They are very nervous. They don't want anything good to happen because that's their hope that the Liberian people should suffer for another 6 years just so they can have the hope to come out. What kind of people are you? It's one thing to want to run the country, but how deranged are people to pray for the country to suffer just so, because the only way they will come back, or they'll even have stand a chance of coming back when the country suffer. So you have to have some issue wrong. Something has to be wrong with you seriously to want for the people to suffer for 6 more years just so you can stand a slight chance of coming back. So they're in panic mode and knowing that when these things happen, the people will forget that there was something called Bakube. They'll only go and watch YouTube videos and see him scoring goals when he was playing in his prime. But they will never consider him as a serious alternative to be president in that country. But God will bless our country. Our people will start suffering. It doesn't matter who come after 6 years in 2029. The CDC will be done.
So that you're not busy,
thank you very much, Francis. Hey, Vasco, it's not time for conversation. Vasco, it's not time for conversation.
Let's close so we can go.
Let's welcome our beloved sister, Shelly.
She can with no time the show.
Francis, let a man welcome me, okay?
I gotta go.
Let Touré welcome me and Vasco.
Vasco, thanks for your time, Vasco. But at least let's
Vasco, why you wanna go? Don't go yet. Because you are here talking Tabata. That's the only reason why I came on.
So Shelly, welcome to the program. Even though we're about to close, but at least we can give you, you know what I mean, couple of minutes here so you can just give your overall view, on the show, and then I'll just do my closing, then we'll get out of here.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much for welcoming me. I don't know why Charles and Vasco have to run away because they were both here talking Tabata. And I agree with Francis. Francis, it's so hard for people to accept change, especially if they are so used to the wrong thing happening in their life. They're used to the negative things happening in their life. And so if they see positive things happening, they cannot accept it because they are used to a world where things are not supposed to improve. So when they see that good things are happening, they're like, wait a minute, this is too good to be true. So they can't identify or you know, try to like identify their connect yourself to those things. So I don't care how long it's gonna take for us to educate them, even if they see it. Okay, you know, like back in the day where like the old lady didn't be like, oh, this man, he is. The only reason, the only time I would know this person love me if they can really beat on me, right? That's how the CDC people are. They don't get to see positive things and identify that, yeah, this is good thing happening for our country. They're still in a mindset of we don't want change. We used to the wrong thing happening. So how dare President Boakai to bring positive things in Liberia? Let the wrong thing continue to happen. But they are wasting their time because Liberia, there's going to be a change in our country. And we are all praying for it, and we're going to see it. So they can sit back, they can sit tabata, they can talk tabata, that's their business. But thank you for having me. I don't want to take much time. Hello to my people in Liberia and here in the US. And I want to take a few minutes to give a birthday shout out to my mom. Today, my mom get to celebrate her birthday. I get double of the day. My mom, Diamond Davis, in Pennsylvania. Happy birthday to you, Queen. Love you so much. I did send your picture to Nelson, but Nelson is MIA right now. So happy birthday to you. And happy birthday to my beautiful sister, Love. She is in DC, Maryland. She's celebrating her birthday today as well. So today is actually a blessed day. I've been celebrating my mom and my sister. Thank you for having me on.
Well, thank you very much. Happy birthday to to your mom, obviously your sister. I wish them, you know what I mean. Long life, health, wealth. May they all gain all of their heart desires and in happiness and in prosperity. But look, let me say this. Look, I know everybody now do their closing. Let me just say this. At the end of the day, I supported this administration to unseat President George Weah. And I have no regrets for doing that. And I've also criticized this administration for, you know what I mean, for some of their sort of like deliberate actions and inactions from the onset. I feel like some of their decisions were premature. Like the president not declaring access, knowing that he doesn't really have that much access to begin with. I did not understand that, creating all that commotion and public relation disaster over that. I thought that was rookie itch. But by the end of the day, let's come with the yellow machine. The yellow machine, look, my position on the yellow machine is this. Obviously, we want transparency. We want them to actually show us how they, you know what I mean, how they got to negotiating the yellow machine and stuff like that. I'm all for that, right? I'm all for that. But I'm also looking at what the impact the yellow machine is going to do for us as a country. You know what I mean? And sometimes you look at, especially Shirley, maybe you can talk about this here from a business perspective. I mean, you enter into a negotiation, you always have to look at the benefit. How can the benefit outweigh the threat, for lack of better word. So look, I know there's a huge benefit to that, because if you open a rule, you cannot have a progressive and stable economy if you don't have rules, right? This has been Liberia problem from time without number. So this government is investing in that. I think that is a good thing. But again, I agree with people that are coming with the thought process that it should be open, it should be transparent. Let know exactly what Liberia is getting from this, or the back end and all of that stuff. I totally respect that. But come on, man, we have senators that eating free money in our country, millions of dollars, $200 of $1,000,000 every year. And that's not helping our people in any sector, water, health, agriculture, nothing like that. So this money are just being used for them and their family and their little 10 on the side. So I mean, so I don't know what this yellow machine gonna really do. But look, prepare your people, get technicians, make sure people are ready. Once the machine then land, you got people that are already trained to work this machine. I'll agree with Josh, right? I'll totally agree with Josh on that part because I know on Eddie Johnson leave some agriculture machine and came that Josh Wheeler. Josh Wheeler. I mean, Francis, he probably heard his story. On Eddie Johnson leave, there was some agriculture machine that came from that Mama Gaddafi donated, you know, to Liberia, and some of the machine, you know, were sitting somewhere in the Lofa forest there. You know what I mean? They didn't use them, nothing. Those deer park machines, actually, I mean, like real farming machines. So we don't want that story to be the same exact story as the yellow machine. But I know very well GMB guy heading in the right place, and definitely not gonna screw the Liberian people out by just investing that kind of money and not make a use of it. So thank you guys, you know, see for hanging out with us. You know, Francis, thank you. Seychelles, thanks for coming in late, you know, forecasting your beat.
Guess what? If we are entering heaven, I am right at the door as well. So late, but I'm here.
Hey, I'll tell you what, I say what, it's not about getting late, it's all about bringing the substance, and you always bringing that substance. So we want to appreciate you. Thank you very much, Nelson, for hosting it. I don't know where Nelson is right now, but
Nelson?
Nelson's sleeping, boy. Good night.
Nelson's supposed to put my pictures up, but Nelson, where are you?
Good night, Francis. Good night, brother.
Francis, good night. Terry, like get Nelson on here.
Yeah, let's try to see where Nelson is at right now.
Nelson, where are you?
But we still on radio.
Okay, so I'm here. Oh, Shelly.
Nelson, where my pictures now? Don't make my mom and my sister birthday lazy today now.
Wow, that stuff is off. Let me see.
That's okay if it is. That's fine.
So we can we're gonna put them up tomorrow. I promise we'll put them up tomorrow. We'll wish them happy birthday tomorrow. So but I want to say thanks to everyone for being on, man. We look forward to being here tomorrow.
I have to be here tomorrow because that Tabata Josh and Vasco, not George, but Chas. I don't know who Chas is, but we gotta talk to Chas tomorrow. He and Vasco, because Vasco is recruiting. How come you guys didn't tell me Vasco is recruiting?
Well, guys, we look forward to coming back tomorrow. Thanks a lot to everyone, man.
Nelson was sleeping. Nelson, good night.
Yes.
All right, Nelson, good night, brother.
Bye, guys.
Thank you for always hosting, bro.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good night, mama.
Good night. All right, bye.
Okay. So, folks, have a good night. Thanks for following the late night show tonight. We look forward to having all of you here tomorrow. And bye-bye for now.